All right. Hey, guys. So for the next episode, we'll be having Nate back on for our death metal extravaganza. And I wanted to get you guys these picks to check out the albums we'll be talking about. So Bill has picked by new death metal band Vitriol. Not new death metal band like the term, but they're a newer band. The album To Bathe from the Throat of Cowardice. And the song he chose to check out, if you don't feel like listening to the whole record, would be The Parting of a Neck. I recommend listening to the whole fucking record. It's good. Nate picked Domination by Morbid Angel, a classic. The song he chose to check out, if you don't feel like listening to the whole thing, is Where the Slime Live. And I went for the curveball pick and went with the album Visceral Transcendence by Inherit Disease. The song to check out on this one, if you don't feel like listening to the whole thing, is Beyond the Tyranny of Entropy. So I don't even know what that means, but it's a sick-ass song, and all these records are pretty dope. So tune in next week to hear us talk about them. Dude, hell yeah. What's up, everybody? Everybody. Hey. Now you can look in the camera.
Camera 1, camera 2, camera 3.
It's Jason.
And Bill.
With a very special episode of Nothing's for No One, because we have the elusive, rock solid Rick Tauber here today. Dude, we've literally, I think more than anybody else, our own personal request was to have you on this show. Like, we're like, fuck, we gotta get Rick. And then when we started, like, Jordan Pop was one of our first guests. Remember that? Mm-hmm. And he was like, you got to get Rick on this show. And I'm like, yeah, we do.
Scarlotta was like, you got to get Rick on here.
Yeah. So this goes way back to like the beginning.
Too much pressure. I gotta go now.
I bring you up a lot too. So there's a lot of
good
horrible
things,
stories.
bad things?
Mostly bad things.
Probably bad things. Mostly bad things.
They're always very entertaining stories, though.
Well, give no fucks.
It's all in good fun, right?
Yeah.
Don't think about consequences. Jump in. Just go. Just do it.
And that's why we are where we are today.
Yeah. Well, yeah. For better or for worse, right? Oh, wait. Let me move this bottle out of my line.
How's it going, man?
So, before we started rolling, these two pussies did not want to do my go away shot, so I took all three by myself.
That's fine. And I'm proud of you.
No, aim for the stars,
That's true.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm here. So what do you want to do? Want to fuck shit up?
Yeah.
Well, one of you guys said something about my beard before we were rolling.
First time you met you.
So the first time I met you, I was like, I hit Bill up one night. I'm like, it was like a Friday or Saturday night or something. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, it's I think you just started playing in. Was that Roman Ring?
No, I've been in it for a while before you joined.
But it was Bill's newer band that I wasn't a part of. This is
you might have met the guys
but I never met him before.
No, not at all.
So
was that my birthday?
It was your 21st, and
it was my 23rd.
Well, whatever.
But
whatever.
yeah, you guys kept saying the whole. Okay, so first off, every time you bring this up, you're like, yeah, it's your 21st. It was always my 23rd. But
you just
all you guys,
like it was your 21st.
Yeah, you and Nate were like, oh, let's just pretend like it's your 21st. Like you would say that to me all the time.
For real though, it was probably your honorary 21st birthday because I was there.
What did you do for your 21st and 22nd?
I mean, did you play Jenga on your 21st?
I don't remember.
What did you do? Like cheese sandwiches for all?
Monopoly.
When I was 21, I just went over to a friend's place and we were drinking some beers and that was pretty much it.
Wow.
Well,
my 22nd birthday, I don't remember.
My intuition then that night was, he's like, Bill's like, yeah, my drummer's birthday is tonight. I was like, I'll be there in 20 minutes.
Come hurt him.
No, he didn't even say that because Bill knows the hurt. Like we never, for probably 15 years.
Longer than that. It was 35 now. So.
Yeah. Stop it.
I know.
So for the longest time, am I in this thing enough or
too
much? Not enough?
Okay. Good.
The longest time, our birthdays were an event that we would clear our schedule for 6 months out.
Yeah.
Even if it didn't matter if it was like on a Tuesday, right? Like,
still hit it. Yeah.
So he knows the hurt. So he didn't put that on you. He just said it's my buddy's I heard birthday. I was like, all right, cool. Let's go. And then
I could hear the ignition in the car starting as I'm like, it's Jason's birthday.
and so we get there and you're like this polite dude, like no beard. I think you're with your girlfriend at the time.
I was.
And you're trying to be like a good, like respectable, like drink responsibly guy.
He was trying to be an adult.
Yeah, he was. And then I got
not
there.
What that night's for.
And I think I spent like $160 on just fucking you up.
Oh my God.
Not on me, just on you. I was like, so like I just like line them up. I think I'm alerted you. Clearly I did.
Oh, at Brixie's you have to.
Yeah, I puked too.
Yeah.
And then you gave me more after I puked.
Oh, yeah. No, I think I followed you to the bathroom.
You did.
That's my move. That's the move.
Yeah.
I hope you guys can learn from me a little bit. Is you try to get away from me on your birthday many times, and I just follow you with a shot of the beer into the bathroom.
Luckily, you're nice enough to let me finish vomiting.
Yeah. No.
Then I take the shot.
There was one time you were falling asleep on the urinal.
Oh, good.
I was like, wake up. Drink this. So anyway... We never miss an opportunity.
Yeah.
But I just remember that. It was like, hey, nice to meet you. I got 7 shots of bourbon for you lined up.
Dude, and Ivan was fucking me up too. It was both of you. Both of you guys were like,
was that tonight? Was that tonight? Your other bandmate got kicked out?
Yeah.
Oh, that was pretty epic.
Yeah,
Not the first of my friends to get kicked out of Brixie's.
Really?
Yeah, Rory got kicked out once.
Oh, yeah, he face planted in a pinball machine.
Well, he hit the back of his head. It wasn't a face plant,
finished all of the Jameson behind the bar. And that's at Brixie's.
Man,
I finished all the Jameson.
Some of my greatest memories have been at Brixie's, like good and bad. Like it's been amazing. Like Rory was a great one because like it was fucking packed in there. I forgot what it was. It might have been like Halloween or something. And at this point, I've been going enough that they knew who like I was at least. And Rory just eats it, fucking falls backwards into a pinball machine because he just like slid off the seat and bang right off of it.
Oh yeah.
And I forgot the dude's name that worked there.
Way too drunk to exist in public.
Dude comes over and goes, "Hey, hate to do this, but like he's got to go." I was like way ahead of you. Like as soon as he did that, shit. I was already telling everybody we should probably go. And so we got him out of there. He got kicked out, and then Danny got kicked out.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was really bad.
I remember I just got a beer with Ivan at the bar and we both turned straight back to the bartender like, I don't know those people. Like, holy crap. Like, you and all your friends gotta get out. Like, nope. And then before the aftermath though, so I wasn't there for the aftermath because that's what I do sometimes. I come in and then I'm like, all right, my work here is done.
Damage is done.
Somebody else clean up this. And then I heard the story for Bill later, like.
Yeah, I drove him home.
Oh yeah, dude. Sorry.
No, that's all right.
Remember that?
He didn't get anything in my car.
Remember that time we saw your dad outside of Healy's on one of your birthdays?
I don't remember.
2 a.m.
But I remember being told about that.
Bill's dad stopped at the red light and we waved him in because we wanted him to take Bill home. And we saw Bill walk down the street like 3 steps forward, 2 steps sideways, 1 step backwards. I think you yacked.
I'm sure.
Yeah. It was
I
fun,
was yakking on that drive
I
home,
know.
dude. Like 3 times I yacked on the way home.
But you didn't get in the car.
But
No,
I did that out of love. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
I didn't
like
feel
the
like
abusive father, like
love.
my
I'm
girlfriend
sorry it hurt.
fucking was not down. I'll tell you that. At
That's
the time, she was.
I heard she was
yeah,
mad.
She was
pissed,
very
yeah.
much not
Sorry,
down.
whatever. What's your face
Dude,
was.
that's the most drunk. I think that's probably the most drunk I've ever been in my entire life.
I've never seen you do that since.
Yeah.
Well, dude, but think about it. It's like bad with a donut. So now when you go out, every other time is going to be way more manageable than that experience. Like,
That's true.
you're set. Like,
Done this before.
I mean, now you're touring. Like now you're like out there. Like now you're just like, psh, nothing was as bad as that night. Sweet. Like,
Yeah, that's
it's all uphill from here. Yeah.
and then someday you get to be the arbiter of hurt for other people. It's like, it's a generational thing.
You got to keep it going. Tradition.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. Birthdays, yeah. Brixie's, yeah. Brixie's is too nice now.
I was
They
there for
serve
a show.
food. They have
I heard the food's actually really good.
Yeah, whatever. I used to like drinking in a garage.
You're
with a bunch
right.
of, like we have craft beer for $2. Like, come drink in our musty garage.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, no. Anyway.
No, my favorite was like another time we were in there. It was a packed bar.
Uh-huh.
And your ex at the time sent us
It's my
drinks
birthday.
over. Yeah.
It was one of my birthdays.
Okay. And then his girlfriend at the time drove us to Brixie's, which was awesome. So we were just like, we're going to hit it hard. It's going to be great. And it was fucking packed in there for some reason. I don't know why, because your birthday's
it's in January.
Yeah.
The tundra. It's not a going out time of year.
It's pretty packed in there. You can't really like make heads or tails of who's who, but we're in there and like the staff comes over like, hey, somebody named Michelle brought these drinks for you.
Well, they were like the most expensive beers.
The Delirium.
It was like,
she was your ex at the time, or your?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It ended badly.
Okay.
She dumped me, so whatever. I harbor no ill will anymore. It's been so long
ago now.
Like, I mean, I've seen her since.
Oh, okay.
Once, like, whatever.
She's still bartending?
I think so. Like, right by where my cousin lives. But whatever. Right. But at the time, it was kind of like.
Yeah, that was a weird time.
It was in like the weird period where like a lot of resentment. So like, and we looked around the bar, we couldn't see her anywhere, and I'm like, are these like, is this like an olive branch drink, or is this like I put mercury in this, and I want you to die in the parking lot, like
shit her pants later.
Okay,
so we drank it. Clearly, fuck it. Whatever.
It's good beer.
Yeah, it's good beer.
Really good beer. Yeah.
If it's my time, it's my time. Right. Whatever. Like,
I'd go out. Did that lead to anything else? Those friendly beers?
No.
We never even saw her.
No, I think she just
gave drinks and got the
bolted.
fuck out. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, man.
But I just remember like hearing in my head the
I'm sorry.
Oh, was that the vibe?
Well, that's what it felt. We looked at each other. That's what it felt like. It felt like immediately you become self-aware. You start like,
she can see us, but we can't see her. I just picture like the Predator, like
that's a nice shirt you're wearing. I can hear you breathing over there.
I noticed you're using that cologne today. Fuck! Get out!
Oh man, maybe she was just trying to be nice.
No, I think
she was. No, I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, I've had a lot of horrible crash. Bill's been like a witness, but at the end of the day, like, I don't hate any of the ex-girl, whatever. Right. I mean, like, things just don't work out, whatever. Like,
plus, I mean, we were so young.
Well, now that we're in our 30s, it's kind of like I take more of like the dude from Big Lebowski approach of like, whatever, man. Like, it is what it is. Like, because like I'm sure there's a long line of women who would like to like just punch me in the face, like that scene in Airplane where they're all like lining up, shaking this. Like, I've disappointed a lot of people in my late 20s, early 30s, but whatever. I mean, like, not personal. It's a fuck up. Like, I don't know. Like,
such is life.
I did you a favor, okay? Like, just like, you don't want this. I don't want this.
You're a tough sell.
Premium beer, born in the land of sky blue waters.
All right, I'm going to tag.
I'm going for that endorsement.
Go for it.
All right.
We have 0 endorsements. We're still trying.
But you'll probably get one.
Okay. So, what's next, man? I'm dance monkey dance.
And to the answer to your question, I think your question was, if I had a beard then, I did have a beard, but it was way shorter. It was like a super short beard.
Yeah, you were like
he's always been
employable.
A hairy dude.
Yeah, my ex at the time was not down with like the
big beard.
Yeah.
Thank God he got rid of her.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Now I got this dumb shit.
Nobody got time for that.
It's looking good now.
Dude, I'm so proud of him. He's so metal. Like I was saying before we started, like, you with Warforged, just like every time I check back, it's like tour updates. I'm like, man, it's like reminiscent from like, I mean, I've been on the road with you.
Oh yeah.
And we've played in bands together, and it's just like, man, like somebody younger than me is now doing it. And then every other, hey, we got added to this tour, and we got added to this. I'm like, yes, like
before the world imploded, they were on a pretty good trajectory of like tours and whatnot.
Yeah, we had a couple others that were in the pipeline, but
well, look at it this way. Again, this is like the silver lining, kind of like, I know, odd for me trying to like take the positive approach, but like, like, look, like once it all burns down, there's still going to be demand. It's not like the demand goes away. And whenever we like become not a plague state, cool, just be ready to go. Like, be ready to like jump on the opportunities that happen and be the first one with their foot in. Like, it'll be there. I foresee, like, if they ever figure out a way for us to be in large groups again, especially metal, like, because that's just like a perennial audience.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're gonna come out in droves. Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
I mean, people
So-
are going crazy for just like the drive-through
Right.
or drive-in like concerts and stuff like that, and like it's obviously not ideal, but it's something, and people are like on it.
Yeah.
well, I mean, none of this is ideal, but it's just
Right.
like this whole year, it's felt like 5 years.
It
We're only
does,
halfway- it's just like,
it's like the never-ending year for sure. It's been weird. It's been really weird. Every day is some new news article of like horrendous shit.
Oh,
Like,
it's I
it's
mean,
like, fuck, dude. Like, what's going on?
it wears on you. It's kind of like
beats you
it's
down
just-
after a while.
You get numb. You get numb to it. Like,
Well, like I remember Gobo showed me an article where it was like, and we get these like probably once a month almost, like where it's like a massive asteroid headed straight for Earth. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, just end it. Let's do this.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
just come on. Like,
I can't fucking wait.
I was like, yeah, we had murder hornets before that. Let's
Kill
do
me,
it. Let's
Daddy.
just
Let's
start,
do this.
hit the reset button. Like, enough is enough. But
Yeah, it's a bummer.
it is
Well,
what
that
it
got
is,
dark
you know?
pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Rick.
What was that me? I'm sorry. Hold on.
No,
Let me
no.
drink some more.
Yeah.
What else? What
Let
else?
me- let
what
me
else
get
can we
fired
talk
up.
about?
Cure what ails you.
What other burning questions do we have for Rick?
It's
Well,
funny
I
that
don't know,
you
yeah.
kept
Brought up.
saying you're so metal. I think I listen to nothing but Outcast. on the
No,
way
but you
here
know what?
today.
He's in that phase now.
No, but you know what though? That's true though, because I think the metal musicians. So all my friends now in my 30s, they're all friends because of music.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And this actually got brought up yesterday by my uncle, and he's like, "What do you think of Paramore?" I'm like,
Oh, Sam.
"Yeah." I was
Yeah.
like, to be honest, like when we were on tour, like we listened to Paramore and Circa Survive, I think more than like metal. Like, yeah,
Right.
we had a couple
Oh, yeah.
like ignorant metal records, like Acacia Strain was always on deck, and like
Oh yeah, it's still on deck.
Right,
for
right,
me,
because
man.
because it's like it's like the getting pumped up before the football game thing. But like when we're just
Mhm.
cruising for those 12-hour drives, like
Yeah,
we listen to a
chill.
lot of like not metal,
Mhm.
and I think
Right.
it was a nice like palate cleanser, so that like when you go and you're on a metal tour, like touring with Seven Dust or something, like
Right.
you're just immersed in it every day. Like,
Yeah.
so it's nice to kind of just
Oh
you know.
yeah.
But I mean the outward metal, you guys.
Oh yeah. Visibly.
I'm not in a band, right? I mean, I'm just like, I'm just
hanging out, being
floating,
cool.
just buying gear that I look at,
Fuck yeah.
like,
Sick.
man, this amp's gonna sound great someday, baby. I don't know, like,
Yeah.
need it, gotta have it. And when you're on tour, you're broke, so you can't ever afford that gear
Yeah.
that you want. You're like, what could I sell?
Yeah.
So I could pay like bills at home and still play shows live. Like,
Yeah.
like what do I do?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
It's
rough.
it's cruel, man. It's a cruel, I got a lot of nice
rough
guitars I look at
industry.
now, Ugh.
You got some riffs, man.
Ugh.
You're a riffer, dude.
I always liked rhythm playing,
Yeah.
like I was never immediately, I don't know. I still don't give a shit about any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like not to talk shit, but like the Jason Richardson stuff is cool, but like
Right.
I don't know. It's just not for me. It's over my head. It's like you're speaking a different language. I don't care.
Yeah.
But when you see like a band like grinding out some really cool like syncopated like full band with the drums and everybody, I'm like, all right, that's cool. Like,
Hell yeah.
that's what gets me hard, figuratively
It's rock solid.
and literally.
Yeah.
I like to play fucking death metal before I bang.
Yeah.
Better than Viagra. Some Cannibal Corpse.
The classics.
Dude, I was playing. So we had this backyard party yesterday, and I was playing the side project that Adam Dukowitz did with the original drummer from Black Dahlia and Corpse Grinder.
Yeah, Shannon Lucas.
Yeah,
He did it.
the Serpentine Dominion. I was like,
Yeah, you remember that? It came out like
Bro.
a couple years ago.
so like it was never a band. It was a project. It took him 7 years to like put together, but it's like Adam Dukowitz production in drop G with death metal vocals and Black Dahlia drums. Like it's
Yeah.
pretty fucking cool.
That's cool.
Like, and nobody's heard of it. Like, and it's
Weird. They just kind of dropped it.
Yeah, they
and-
just did it because
Yeah.
whatever. Fuck it. Like, So that might be like the kind of thing that I do musically moving forward is like when I get settled, like, here's an idea like you did with all your quarantine tracks.
Yeah.
Like just send it off to people and what do you think? And
Do whatever you want with it.
and then we could just put it on Spotify, like whatever, like, because who cares?
Right.
You know, because
nobody's making money.
Oh
from
man,
this,
Planet
so.
of Man fucking sucks, dude. Like, I love it, but I don't know if I could ever do it again.
Really?
Oh,
Still young, you can do it.
you know, it's just some of my best friends, lifelong, like you, for instance, you know, like some of my lifelong friends have been because of playing in bands. You know, it's a mutual sacrifice, right? And you go,
we all know,
right? Yeah, you know, it's an unspoken thing, but it's just like I always hated group work in school,
right?
and like I just, the burnout is real, man. Like. So like, yeah, maybe making music, but not having it be a band, but like having it be like a collaborative, you know, cause like touring stuff, you know, this, like it's some people you grow to love and some people you never want to talk to again. And it's like, I don't know, man, it's kind of, that's a big toll.
Right.
But who knows, man, you know, like apocalypse will start. Maybe we'll tour through like the wasteland, like Road Warrior, you know, it'll be like, all wear like chaps with no underwear on.
Play with chainsaws on the side.
You know, right. We'll attack people with tankers for fuel to get to the next gig. You know, like, dude, that'd be pretty brutal. We'll play like in the Thunderdome.
To
like,
get to the like next show, you have to like it's like it's
to
exactly
enter
like Fury
battle.
Road.
Yeah.
right.
Hell yeah.
Well, you know, whatever. But I don't know. I mean, yeah,
it's hard shit for sure.
It's hard, you know, and that's the thing I tell people, like it's not. Especially now, it's not glamorous. Like you got, you know, like what you're doing, like you got to love what you're doing. Because if you don't like at least love the 30, 45 minutes that you're on, the rest of it, like, why do it? Like, it's just no thanks. Like at least you get that, like that drug hit of like the adrenaline, you know, but if you don't have that, why? Like, ugh.
Yeah.
No thanks, man. Like, ugh.
Hell yeah.
Hams.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I think you really got to like it to do it. Obviously.
Well, and you got to be kind of semi-crazy too. Like, you need to be kind of a fucking idiot. Like I say it in the best way because, like, I mean, like we always talk, like look at all the equipment we've invested in. Like we would have so many nice things.
Yeah, that wasn't gear,
right? Like, but fuck it. Like I got some really cool gear though. So like, fuck you and your curved screen TV, like bitch ass, broke ass, whatever. All right, I'm gonna do a shot here.
Oof. All right, man.
You want to do one?
Not at all.
Oh, come on.
My stomach is turning just looking at it.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Mine is not turning, Rick. I'm not offended by it.
It's all right.
Like Bill is.
I almost killed you on your birthday once, so you're fine.
Yeah. Which time was that?
My birthday?
Me or him?
Both of you.
Yeah.
Well, it's all right. You've been put through the paces.
Yeah.
This is just me enjoying myself after quitting my job after 7.5 years.
Yeah, congrats, man. It's got to feel cool, right?
Wait, when was your last day?
2 days ago.
Fuck yeah. Did it feel good?
It's like taking 100-pound shit.
Hell yeah.
Like, it's just like relief.
Just walk out like
just really. Well, no, you know what? Like, you know, it didn't end like that, but it's like, you know, with everything going on with all this virus stuff, like they got a memo at the company like the week that I was leaving and changes are coming. And I felt like I'm the guy who like thought twice about getting on the Titanic. And so like I'm watching like the ship go out to sea and I got my bag. I'm like, well, I guess I'm going this way now, like back to land. Like it sucks, man. But you know, again, I'll be working for my old bass player Anthony, who we're gonna be listening to Black Dahlia in the office as we do corporate stuff. Like it's weird. Yeah. Like it's weird because I'm not a corporate but I'm fucking 34. How'd that happen? Like gotta make money. Like
gotta live.
Gotta live. Right? Like, I just want to. I mean, honestly, I just want to get back in like a rickety tour van and just like live at Flying J and play metal every day. That's what I would do if I could just do whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the three of us, we just start a band like right now. We just
Yeah.
go. Like if I won $1 million, I'd be like, all right, we're doing it. Power trio, right? Like
Yeah.
Bill sings.
Right.
Definitely.
But I don't. That's they ask you like in that movie Office Space, what would you do?
If you had $1 million.
Two
No,
chicks at the same
absolutely
time.
nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Shit,
No,
man, you don't need
I
$1 million
would
to do
I would
that.
seriously like buy a tour vehicle, start a band, like and like just do it again. Because
Right,
why
fuck
the
it.
fuck not? Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Nothing else has been as fun or enjoyable. So
Mhm.
that's why I always tell you, like, keep going, man. Like just keep.
Yeah, man, we're trying, when this picks up, at least. I mean, there's already talks about some stuff once everything is like,
Have you been offered any shows lately?
no, not anything really in stone. I mean, we've had there's been some tour shifting plans from stuff that would have happened this year that'll probably happen. I mean, assuming it'll maybe
Right,
happen
fingers
next
crossed.
year. Yeah. But it's also like some of it is Canadian stuff too. So I don't know.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Pinky.
It's like, oh yeah, dude.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Would Canada let you in?
That's the thing. We don't know. I don't know yet, but I mean, even when the time came, who the fuck knows what the world is going to be like. So
No, I only ask because there seems to be shows popping up now, in
Yeah.
at least other states, not in Illinois, but in other states, shows have been popping up. And
they reclosed Texas. I
Right.
had a few friends that played gigs out in Texas, and
hopefully they're all right.
yeah, they're fine. I mean, as far as I know,
Yeah.
they're all right. But yeah, I was just kind of like, whoa, fuck, they're playing shows already. Like, that's scary. But Texas is also like, man, I don't want to slam Texas because
No, go
Bucky's
ahead.
is in Bucky's is in Texas. Have you ever been to Bucky's?
No.
Dude, it's like the sickest truck stop chain ever. They have
I feel like I should have been. Is that like a
probably
newer
been
thing? Because
It's
I was
mostly
always
in Texas.
I
Right?
was like
Yeah.
a flying. I mean, maybe, but I was always like
Flying
a
J's
flying
shit,
J
yeah.
loves.
Yeah,
you know,
it's similar to that, but it's bigger. It's almost like a shopping
Their
center in the
mascot's way
gas station.
cooler.
Yeah, it's like a shopping center in the gas
Ooh.
station where they have all
Ooh.
kinds of shirts.
Oh, that's nice.
Shit, yeah. But they make fresh barbecue there, which is insane. Like,
What?
yeah, they do.
I fucked up,
Dude.
I toured at the wrong, or I stopped at the wrong
Right.
places.
Their gas station sandwiches are like brisket and pulled pork sandwiches. So I'm just like, I'll
Bucky's,
buy a
we don't
fuckload
fuck
of
I
them.
take
Yeah,
back
dude.
everything
Awesome.
positive I ever said about you. Fuck you. We
Look at this shit what they had.
We lived-
we didn't have that.
we lived off Flying J pizza, okay, and it's
I've had that.
so
It's not,
so
if
so
it rolls, you can
it's
eat it.
2 for what is it? It's like 2 for $5, but if you give them $15, you get the whole pizza, but they don't advertise it. We found that out.
Oh, secret menu.
good under the. I'm pretty sure I'm a Flying J Rewards member.
Oh,
and
I-
a Loves Rewards. member.
I am too. I am
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I think I was really high one night coming out from the RV. I
Guys,
was growing mushrooms, and I was
get
like,
rewards.
I was buying 8 different bags of Doritos because
Yeah, dude.
smoking hash,
You never
so
know.
fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I will say, as a fat man, one of the best feelings in the world is when you're leaving a show. It's like midnight, or maybe even 12:31. You got a place to stay, but it's like an hour and a half drive to get there, and you got to get gas before you go. And you,
Yeah, you
you
pre-snack.
get a little high. You get high as you're leaving, and then you get there, and you're like, oh man, it's fucking going down. You get some candy. You get a couple different varieties of chips. You get maybe a little pastry of some sorts if it's
Yourself a
not
little,
too fucked up
buffet.
looking.
Yeah.
Well, it's like being
That's
at
like my
like
favorite
Willy
shit.
Wonka's chocolate factory when they go in. It's like, oh, look at all these bright
yeah,
colored
yeah.
packages. Like,
Yeah,
I
dude.
could eat the shit out of all these. Fuck it. Like,
Yeah, that's
'cause-
definitely
'cause
my
we
mentality.
We had
for
tour
a lot of
times.
it.
Like we one time on this horrible month. Oh, we call it in the band, and Mike probably brought it up. We call it June-tober.
Was this 7-Day Sonic?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we had 2 months that were just so fucking terrible. Like just everything. It's a long story, but there were things we could have been doing and we weren't. And we were doing the plan B, which was just playing Fargo, in October in front of fucking 10
Yeah.
meth heads. God, and I had bronchitis for 5 weeks straight.
Ugh.
It was terrible.
Whoa.
But at one point we had 3 days off in South Carolina and the weather was beautiful and my bronchitis went away and we had literally the next show is in outside of Atlanta. So we're right there. We don't need to route anything. So let's just stay here. Weather's nice, we can open the windows on the RV, let it air out, all the foot smell go away. But it was like there was a Flying J, and like 2 miles down the road was a Walmart. So like we spent the first night at the Flying J. I think we watched Talladega Nights.
Nice.
We probably watched the movie like 100 times. And then, you go in, you get high, like Ben's dad gave us a bunch of like hash. So we're just like out of our brains. And then we go to Walmart. We park at Walmart. We're staying at the Walmart the next day. For any friends around.
Classy.
Were you guys you were in an RV?
We were in a 32-foot
Petri dish.
1992 Gulfstream.
Wow.
That when we got it had mushrooms growing in the windowsills.
Really?
The the tank hadn't been flushed in 20 years. It was so bad. All right, I got a story about the septic tank.
I don't miss. Oh my god, you have a few stories with that RV. No, I don't even.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I was on it. I never toured with
it was white when it was new, but this was like juicy fruit yellow packaging now. Like, bro. So,
gosh.
All right. So our drummer was obsessed with flushing the tanks. Like he was just like, I don't know, like because people on tour get like fixated on weird stuff. Like it's just, I don't know, it's anxiety
stuff.
So we played a radio festival in upstate New York called Sausage Fest. But it was with All That Remains and like
cool.
Boba Flex and Red Jumpsuit.
Yeah, it's a big fest.
Yeah, it was like radio. Like,
yeah.
And then but we had like a bunch of the dudes from all the bands like getting fucked up with us on the RV. Like the party, like it was like it's like hanging out in like that like the party house with all like the busted window. Like that was the RV. It was like the rolling party wagon.
Animal house,
right? Like they don't want to fuck up their nice bus. So they're gonna go drink out this fucked up RV, right? So like, and everybody's using the bathroom on the RV, right? Like, and all the chicks they're bringing around, like oh my god! So the next day, we go to like an RV park and we're gonna flush Dan, we gotta flush the tanks. The meter is full. We must flush the tanks.
I haven't heard the Dan impression in so long. I miss it.
He's okay. I'm not gonna go down that road, but so hold on.
Fair enough.
What did Danny play in your band?
He was a drummer.
Oh wow!
But I'll keep telling the story. See, look, I'm being proper here. So we go, and he's like, he wants to do this. This is the thing he's been talking about for weeks.
Right.
So little did we know that there were like some parts of like the apparatus that were probably like old and like the O-ring on the fucking on the it was probably like the Challenger space shuttle, like it was like the O-ring was bad.
Yeah, so, that's what happened.
So like he was like going to like affix the hose to the feed, and just like 20 gallons of everybody's combined hot piss with like chunks of toilet paper just smashed him. And he was on all fours because he's down on the ground, and I'm out there going to go check on him, and as soon as I come out around, it's just fucking and it just hits him. And he is just
poor guy.
I could smell it from 20 feet away.
I'm sure you could. I'm sure
it was so bad.
20 miles away.
And there's like chunks of toilet paper because there were chicks there, like
right.
No solids. What are you doing? But and then I came back on the RV and I could not even breathe. I was laughing so hard at his expense. I'm not even gonna try to say.
Oh man, good choice of words here.
Right, like saturated.
Yeah.
So I get back up there and I can't even stand up, and I'm laughing so hard, like hysterically, like I'm like coughing, like, oh my god, you got like it's like
everybody else saw it too, right?
Nobody saw it.
Oh really?
I was the only one who saw it.
Oh, that's like you saw the shooting star, dude, nobody else saw it.
Like, oh my god, it was so disgusting. I also want to throw up too.
Just thinking about it.
But like, fuck. So I just like I fall up the stairs of the RV and I'm just like, you guys, like I think about it like in the car. Like, you guys, oh my god, you
wouldn't believe it.
So I get up there and then like he comes rolling around like a wet dog, just like his everything. His shoes are like emanating piss of like 40 people. And he's going to get back up on the... No. I'm going to toss you clothes. I think we like doused him with like water bottles we had. I'm like, no, dude, like you're throwing that shit. Like you're not bringing any... No, dude, like you're like a toxic waste hazard, man. Like
Fuck.
It was one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen with my two eyes. Like,
jeez, that's rough.
but he wanted to do it. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, no, man. Like, let's get somebody else to do it. Like, no, I want to do it. Oh, the tanks. It's like, oh.
So when you guys like would have like you said you had those 3 days off in North Carolina, South Carolina.
South Carolina, yeah.
Do you guys ever so like you'll go to Flying J, you'll go to Walmart. Do you guys ever go around town or like explore or like do anything on your days off? You just chill? Yeah.
So that would require money. And at this point we're all like wearing like clothes that are falling apart, like literally like rotting on us, you know, like
shoes, like half duct tape,
right? It's one of those points where like it was such a bad month where we were like our spirits were so broken, and it was like I don't want to do anything but get high and eat Doritos and just fuck the world, like right, like
exist at the bare minimum, yeah.
But I mean, like I would always like to do that if it was possible, you know? And sometimes like if you had like a day off where you did, you know, I'd love to go explore. Like, I mean, I like traveling. I've always liked traveling. So like touring to me was cool because it was like the adventure.
Yeah.
And then, when you got time, like you find things, you go to places like, but you know, it's like sometimes you're like in the bubble. Like sometimes the routing is so screwed where like you just see the venue backstage, the stage in your van. Yep. And like, that's what it is for 30 days. You're like, oh my God, those 30 days. Like, but sometimes it's nice, you know?
Yeah.
But we were in like a part of South Carolina. We weren't near the coast.
Okay.
So it wasn't like downtown Charleston, like Colonial, like, oh, let's just go get a cab and go down. Like, but then again, like can't afford anything. It's like, yeah. I mean, at the Walmart, the Walmart. Yeah. But you know, I would love to. I mean, like, you know, that's kind of one of the things that when you can, you do like, be like in California, like we, like in San Luis Obispo, like we met the radio people. They let us park at their apartment. And then we went out to like microbrews with the radio people that were our age. And
that's awesome.
And then we, you know, got shit faced today burritos at like 3:00 in the morning. It was cool, man. Like, you know,
that's
like
a fun experience.
And, you know, you meet people on the road that put you up and
you
know, they become like they show you around and I've never been here before. What do we do? Like, so when you have those days where you have like,
I love that shit.
You got tour friends, you know, that like, well, hey, like we'll take you out then. Like, you know, my buddy's coming over with his van and he's bringing his minivan or, you know, truck and let's pile up and go downtown, wherever the hell you're at. Like, nice, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, I love traveling, man. It was always, I always try to eat the food of the local region too. Like the stuff I could never get at home. That was like a big thing for me. Like, when you could. And then I realized that most of the food in this country is garbage. Like outside of the coast. Like Chicago's just, I mean, I'm biased, but I think Chicago overall has like the best like variety of.
You got a lot of options.
Not seafood, but.
No, yeah.
I'm too adult for this. We need to get like more rowdy.
Tell more stories about the RV. Like another story that came to mind. It involves Dan too. Is when he threw.
Yeah. Just trigger me here. Just get me triggered. I'll go.
Jay through
Trust me.
Who's doing merch for you at the time, right, Jay?
Perhaps.
And like he threw him through the fucking table.
Oh yeah, no, it was Jay's birthday, and like, and we were all like shit faced again in a parking lot of a Walmart somewhere in the South. I don't know where this was. Could have been anyone. It could have been Arkansas. Could have been Louisiana. Who knows? And Jay's, you know, like. He's our friend. He's like, he used to be like a amateur wrestler, like
big dude,
metal dude, you know. And like, I was like pulling his pants down in the parking lot. I was like, no panties, Jay. Like, just like being an asshole, like in the Walmart party, like just pulling his shorts up. Like,
it was his birthday?
Yeah. Oh, of course. and then at one point, like his pants are down and his balls are hanging. You see a lot of balls on tour, more than you.
Right.
All the full genital nudity is usually dudes, right? Unfortunately. And he's trying to get in our drummer's bunk, which is like the top bunk in the back of the RV.
No, you've never met Dan, but he's a tiny dude. Like he was small.
Yeah, he's compact.
Skinny little
small, compact, dude. Athletic. And Jay's the opposite. And Jay's like trying to like get into his bunk. He's, I'm gonna fuck your bunk up. Like, I'm gonna piss my pants in your bunk. And then Dan, like he was like just a little OCD about like, and it wasn't funny to him. So he grabs Jay. And Jay's former, you know, wrestler, so he does like the fake fall, but he falls through like the RV table, like demolishes everything.
Jay does that?
Did like
Oh,
dinette
yeah.
set. Just
Yeah, he took the fall and destroyed the fucking kitchen of the RV. I'm like, oh my god, it was the funniest fucking thing. And like obviously, like the rest of us are like, oh my god, but then we start laughing. And nobody helps him up. He's just lying there like
the broken table?
Well, it's one of those things because like in wrestling, you're supposed to go over try to pin him, and you're like 1. The hand.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, Jay.
So he was setting it up for him,
dude, and he didn't tell any of us, but yeah, he like Chris Farley'd it through the coffee table, dude. Like,
oh man,
that's amazing.
Poor guy.
Yeah, I mean,
poor table. What did you guys end up doing?
Well, I don't know. You know what? We had like tools.
Sure, you rigged something.
Yeah, we rigged it. Like gaff tape was great.
Yeah.
Gaff tape is like a fix all. I gaff taped my fucking pants.
I've done
before
that
I played
before.
at the rave one time because I like
ripped
they were just so yeah. So I'm in the bathroom like taping my pants. Like these are the only pants I got left. Like everything else is jungle rotted. It's
right.
like oh my god, yeah. That was fun. That was there's a lot. Keep triggering me here.
Another good one, and it's a story that Mike brought up, and it'd be nice to hear your end of the story. But it's the famous story in which you stayed behind at a strip club a little bit longer than the rest of the guys. And when you came back, you were screaming, and I quote Mike, that bitch took my fucking money.
Accurate.
You want to hear my take on it?
No, his.
Oh, okay.
Well, what's your take on it?
I don't know. I don't have one. I thought you were talking to me.
No.
So it was the weirdest. It was the weirdest.
I don't have a take on it.
Was this a saliva tour, by the way?
Oh yes, click boom, bro. Oh man. So sometimes life goes in weird ways, and you just you're like, how did I get to this place?
You do backpack tours with saliva.
So I'm on a tour opening for fucking saliva at a strip club in Charleston, South Carolina, and we didn't know. I mean, it's just like another thing on the who knows, and we show up and we notice there's a couple guys like building out the stage. They're kind of like they're building wings on the main stripper stage for the band. I'm like, well, this is kind of weird. And then I noticed they're all wearing like their motorcycle club colors, like. Oh, it's the Hells Angels of like this chapter down. I was like, okay, this is going to be interesting, and so it's a full nude strip club with about, I think the sheet was 1,300 capacity.
Whoa, where was this?
It was like right outside of Charleston.
Okay.
And it was a BYOB
Jesus
full nude.
Christ.
But what did the owners do? They built a separate building right next to it where you could buy like 30 cases of beer and just walk through the front door with your beer. Like crazy stuff. So yeah. And then as the show's about getting ready to go, like there's like 200 bikes parked out front. Like, so all of the girls, all the dancers are like the old ladies of I deduced that they're all the old ladies of the members of the club.
Okay.
So, we're like in the dressing room, which is the strippers' room. Like,
yeah, your green room was
our green room was, but they divided it, and then like
poorly divided.
And then at one point, like this naked chick finishes her set. She comes in. Can we just like get this out of can we just move this and just share the room? And like one of like the veteran like crew guys who used to work for Limp Bizkit, he's like, what are you idiots waiting for? Move all this shit.
Get the fuck out.
So girls are coming back in after their sets and we're just there, like a couple things I can't say,
right.
But it was like, what is, again, it's one of those moments like
what is my life right now?
What is going on? Like, this is like, is this really happening or am I having a stroke? Am I like
right.
am I like tapping out somewhere like in a hospital bed? Like, right. It's
My
just like
dad
all
this
pure delusion.
Did I not cross the street correctly a week ago?
and we go and we play the show and it's packed and like there's like strippers on poles 20 feet in the air, like spread eagle and like strobe. I'm like, what is happening right now? And then we load out. We load out through the dildo shop.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, so I was like,
great.
oh, we're taking this. I'm like, what is this place? Like, oh, you can buy sex. Like, what the fuck? Like, but yeah, so, the party
It's
afterwards.
like adult Willy Wonka.
Well, Willy Wonka was probably a pervert anyway, but
It's true.
it's more perverted Willy Wonka. And we're in there later and like the after show, and that's where, Ben, cheeky Ben is like, oh, we have biker gangs in Chicago, and like the Hells Angels go up to him. They're like, what did you say? Like, biker gang? We're a club. Gangs kill people for no reason. When we kill people, it's personal. Holy fuck,
Okay,
we're gonna
mister.
die. Like, we're gonna die. Like, we're gonna die. Like, we're just gonna get stabbed to death in the party. Like, and then they're like, it's okay. Your band was pretty cool. Let's drink on it. And like the rest, like Mike gave one of the dudes a piggyback ride. There was one point where like I was like shotgunning beers in the strip club and like just like nailing bystanders. And people are like, oh my God, what are you doing? Like, well, you don't like it. You can leave,
Like,
man.
yeah.
This America. I thought this was America, And at one point, like one of these Hells Angels is like passed out in one of the chairs, and his buddies are like, all right, here's what we want you to do because you're the biggest dude here. I want you to slap him open hand as hard as you can. I'm like, dude, he's gonna fucking shoot me to death. No. We'll take care of that. Like, it's gonna be really funny, bro. Like, fuck it, I'm drunk. I'll do whatever. Like,
Whatever you
so
say.
I just wind up and I fucking whack this Hells Angel in the face as hard as I can without thinking about my future or my life.
Zero consequences.
And then he wakes up and immediately sees like his other brothers and just punches him and like starts like a fist. Like, oh, I'm walking this way now. Like, oh, dude. Like, and then I don't know. It got a little, like blacky outy. Like, when it gets like brown out, or where you're like, like your life is kind of like a picture reel.
Your bulb's at about 5 watts.
And I just remember, who's gonna hear this podcast?
Everybody.
Okay,
So
I just remember some chick leading me back to like one of the rooms, and I was like blacking out, and I remember her hairy butthole right in my face.
Oh man.
But she must have like just taken my wallet out, taken all my whatever, and then I somehow like they, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and like everybody else is in the vehicle, and so back to the story, like, this bitch stole all my money, and I'm wearing aviators at 6 a.m. and I have like an amateur porn DVD that shoved in my pocket. Like, where did this come from? Like,
It was what you paid for.
oh my God,
What little money you probably
stupid
had on
Rick,
you.
stupid me. Yeah, no, it was the best of times. It was the blurst
Worst
of
of
times.
times.
Ridiculous. Oh my
Oof.
God, ridiculous. But no, and then I woke up on the floor of the vehicle with Ben the next day, like like sweating, just like in the parking lot of like a hotel somewhere. I'm like, do I have my kidneys? Like,
Right.
it was so
Are there any
bad.
scars?
Like, did that all happen last night, or was that just like did I stroke
Fever
out? Was it
dream?
just
What
like,
a
Yeah.
fucking yeah. Holy shit.
so we didn't die? They're like, oh, come back, get tattoos. I'm like, no, we're not getting club tats. No,
Come
we're gonna get
on.
murdered somewhere like in Idaho because we got the wrong tat. Like, no.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys, gentlemen.
We had like a slight moment like that with Soil once in New Jersey. Where
Brother.
there was a biker club in the
Brother.
bar, and they were giving Ryan and his lady at the time a bunch of shit. And Ryan, I mean, like, he's not a big dude, so like he was just like, fuck, like I gotta do something. So luckily he had like a shirt that was given to him by a biker club that's like their big brother or whatever.
Right.
So he was like, I'll be right back, and like ran out to the bus, grabbed it, put it on, came back in. Next thing you know, they're all like, hey, what's up? Oh, how's it? Oh, wait, this is your lady? Oh, okay, cool.
Is that redneck camouflage? Is that what that is? Like,
I don't know, man. It was just, but it flipped them like real quick. Because before they were like hitting on his girl, and they're like, get the fuck out of here. And he's like, oh, god damn it. And like,
man,
got the shirt, and they're like,
tribalism,
all
dude.
right.
Tribalism is real, man. Oh my
It
God.
was also the sound guy looked like Sex Machine from Dust Till Dawn. It was amazing. It was insane, dude. That was such a weird show.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Touring, man. You never
touring,
know.
man. Like the things you sort of remember hazily. Yes, yes. No, I mean, because like then like there's a bunch of shows that it's uneventful and it's just kind of by the, and then you have like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this happening right now? Like,
Yeah.
you just see some of the weirdest like nutty people.
Yeah.
Like nothing happens here for a whole month, until the tour comes to town. Then I'm gonna go ape shit on Monday night.
Right.
Like
Their time to let loose.
I got high 20 feet away from a Minnesota State Trooper at a burger place we play with Seven Dust, and then I challenged these two rugby chicks to try to tackle me. I smashed both of them on the ground.
Yeah, that's my boy.
They both came after me and just dropped them. I was like, whatever, fuck you. See if you can take me. Just like, why did I do that? I don't know. Not, I was wasted. You know,
when in Rome.
When in Mankato, Minnesota. Oh my God.
What burger place was it? Do you remember?
I can't remember, but I just remember doing line check while like old people were eating burgers with their grandkids.
Fuck.
It was like, how the fuck you doing tonight?
What's up tonight?
Yeah.
Did you put enough ketchup on that bun? Now the mosh pit for that, the crowd activity was great for that show. Wouldn't expect it. And some of those shows, you get to like the dumpiest place in the world. Like, this is going to suck so much ass. And then the show happens. You're like, wow, like venue aside, the show was awesome. Like kids just annihilated each other. Like, this was awesome. But then, you know, you play some of the awesome places, like this sucked. Like everyone stood there like everybody's statues. Cool, like everyone's doing the arm fold. Yeah. Like, well, fuck you then, man. Fuck off. Like, yeah. You were at one of those shows we did with that band Sick Puppies.
Yeah,
that was Pittsburgh. Sold out show and like the line down the block.
That was so weird.
And like even for the headlining band, everyone just stood there. Like,
you know, nodding their head a little bit, but nobody.
Like, why even?
It's like, dude, you don't even look like you're having fun. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, go ahead.
What is Mango?
That was also, man.
I think so.
That was also one of the.
Manly.
We played that or you played that. I was with you. That it was like the beach volleyball court venue thing.
Oh, in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
It's like 1,000 people in like a sand pit outdoors.
It's actually really cool. I did like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like we thought it was gonna suck, and they're like, oh shit, there's like 1,000 people.
Oh,
here.
It was a ton of fun.
Like,
yeah. But that was also where that fucking asshole from what was the band? Sick?
Yeah,
Sick Puppy?
Yeah.
Ben tried to be like nice to him, and he just totally
we had the same booking agent. You know, and so like, and we were always that band, and this is like advice that I think works for any band, is just go out of your way to like make inroads, you know, be cool with everyone, make friends, like just even little simple things of like, hey man, like, you know, let's do a shot and a beer real quick. Like, nice to meet you. Like, people remember those kind of things. And so we always like, it's not just like people below you, but it's people above you too. You just try to like, hey man, like as a person connect.
Yeah.
So we tried to, Shim.
That's his name, Shim. Yeah.
And our old manager manages him now.
Oh no,
like
shit.
He's doing like a, you know, and who knows, man, maybe we caught him on a bad night, but like, we just try to do like, hey dude, like, you know, we're kind of like under the similar wing. Just want to say hi, appreciate like you having us out for like, cause it was like a couple dates, you know?
Yeah. I was with you for 3 days.
Yeah. It was like, you know, but it was just a thing to get us in the mix. And he like, just the worst interaction you could ever have. Just roll at his eyes. Like didn't want, you know, I was like, oh, well, you could just, how hard is it to be nice?
Right.
You know?
It's not that hard. Yeah. It's annoying.
Like,
especially because it's like, you know, okay, we're all on the road. It's not like you don't have to act.
There
like
was
that,
another
man.
show
like,
after that. Like it was like, dude, what are you doing?
It was just like, you know, hey man, like nice to meet you. Thanks for having us out. You know, like having fun. Like thanks. You know, and it was just like a simple thing, not trying to bug him.
Trying
you
to
know,
be nice.
not trying to cock block him at the bar or anything. But I don't know. I mean, we sold like 150 CDs in the parking lot that night. Like we always did the outside of the Sox game approach to selling merch on tour.
Oh, really?
Dude, because like you've been at a concert before where it's packed and you just want to get the fuck outside when it's over.
Yeah.
So what we would do, we would just, because we're all from Chicago, like we'd do the outside the Sox game. And we would CDs. And we would seriously, like when we knew it was the second to last song, we would like cover the exits, dude. We would just like try to catch everyone. And we made most of our sales in the fucking parking lot.
Wow.
You know, and I know some of the venues yelled at us, but it's like, hey, I got to eat. We got to gas. Like,
it's like, you know, dude, this is my job. Like
there was a band on Atlantic Records that was on one of the tours with us, and like their management and label and stuff came out to a show, and I think they had like sold 10 CDs at the merch table, and we sold like 80 outside. And they like noticed and they got like a reaming, like, what are you doing? We're spending all this money, blah, 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 blah.
I'm working like those fucking guys.
Hey man, but again, it's like, you got to want it, right? Like,
Yeah.
it is a party sometimes, but it's, as you know, it's mostly just like hard work and not sleeping and being tired and like
one giant sales pitch.
Yeah, no, right. Nobody wants to see how the sausage is made.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Merch that's a tricky game. I mean, luckily we play a style of music where a lot of dudes are like very, very, very much about the merch, like, which is kind of cool to be a part of that, where it's like these guys, they love buying the vinyl. They love, like, we have people that like will come out to our shows and buy shit for their friends that they're going to like ship off to them or some shit like that. Or like they buy every single shirt we have. And I'm like, damn, dude. Okay. I don't know how you're like down to spend $300 right now. But I've bought and spent money on merch, but still it's just like, yeah, it's cool to see that shit sometimes. And it really does make a difference, you know? And the way you present it too, it's like, it is really important. Mm-hmm. I would be interested in trying the parking lot method though. We've never done that.
That's why I love the metal community though, for just those reasons. It's like part of the, like people seem more invested, like people will go find your band rather than having to be like force fed your band through radio.
Oh, yeah.
So like, that's part of the coolness with metal is you start coming up on a band that like not everybody knows. You're like, oh my God, hidden gem. Like, and then give me everything you got. And think about it. Every t-shirt you sell, every CD you sell might mean that like word of mouth, that person who bought that might bring 4 more people next time you come through.
Yeah.
So like the real, you're planting
They
seeds.
tell 2 people and then they tell 2 people.
Like you got to plant the seed, and then when it grows into a plant,
fuck the plant.
you fuck the plant. No, don't fuck your fan. Well, some of them fuck some of them, but no, like it's you're planting seeds because like, and you'll notice if you're doing it right, you come back through the market on like the 3rd or 4th time.
Crowd gets a little bit bigger.
Like I mean, because you're looking to make like fans, like you're looking to make friends. The way I always saw it was like be cool with people, and like, dude, like you'd be surprised how people will repay just like simple acts of kindness. Like, you pay it forward, and it really does come back. So we tried doing that, and it worked a lot. It worked really well. I mean, even like the guys in Seven Dust, like getting the opportunity to like tour with them and like know them as people, like. They always say like, never beat your idols. You're going to be disappointed, but it couldn't have been further from the truth. Like they basically said that like they treat all their fans like family, and that's why they still have a career. And Morgan Rose told me that's exactly why we have a career, because like we treat everyone like family. Like they're not fans, they're family. They're part of our giant, like international family. And it's, they will literally stay and talk and hang out and drink beers with everyone. And it just, it was so validating to see, like, I knew there was a reason why I liked you guys. Like, because you're good people. Like,
yeah, it goes a long way for sure.
Right. And it sucks when you like a band and then you meet them and they're like, really not. It's
such a bummer.
Right.
It's such a bummer. Yeah.
Dude, what's weird is when you saw, like, have you ever had any situations where you guys were on tour and like somebody you didn't expect to be there, like somebody in a band that you really liked saw you guys and was like, that's the shit, and you guys are the shit, or like they're gassing you up or anything?
Well, the thing like with the Seven Dust stuff was big, because at one point we were supposed to like co-write they were gonna co-write a record and produce with us.
Oh wow, okay.
So I'm showing them like new demos for things. And watching guys that I look up to, listening to the stuff that I put together. Like, like this is in our wheelhouse. But I mean, Mark Tremonti watched one of our sets once, like the first. Oh hell yeah! Like we did a date, like a festival date in Iowa, and it was like our tour package, and it was like Shinedown and Alter Bridge and like a bunch of like big radio bands. But that's like when I met Mark Tremonti for the first time, and and he's one of those guys that'll just like on the download just walk around and check bands out. So
sure.
And it's cool. Like, hey, yeah, I saw you guys. Like, good stuff. Like, and I still know Mark through Daniel now. Like, Daniel used to work for him. So, like, we hang out backstage and, hey, Rick. Like, oh, hi, Mark. Like, like, holy fuck. Like,
Yeah, it's sick.
That's
You know,
awesome.
you're just used to like, be humble. Nobody knows who you are.
Right.
Just go, hey, Mark. Hey, Rick. What? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like the one time he wanted me to pretend to be the leader of the Vice Lords, or like a lieutenant of the Vice Lords. I tell you that story.
Mark Tremonti?
Yeah.
No.
What?
All right. Cool. I'm getting lit. Here we go. So my roommate Daniel worked for Tremonti's solo project. So he's like toured Europe with him and stuff. And like one night they were coming through Chicago with Alter Bridge, and he's like, "Yeah, let's go to." It's like the Riv. Cool, yeah, let's go. Okay, let's do it. Hanging out with the band, you know, watching the show side stage, and then we're gonna go drink with Mark and some of the guys. He's got family in the Midwest that came into town, and he's like, "Hey, Rick, I got some cousins coming from Michigan, and they think like Chicago is just a war zone, like Fox News, like it's just pew pew, like you die in the street."
Yeah.
He's like, "So." I kind of want to punk him a little bit. I'm going to tell him that you're like a lieutenant. Are you down for this? I'm like, sure, Mark Tremonti. Sure, I'll play your game with you. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, all right. So I'm telling him that you're like a lieutenant in the Vice Lords, right? So sit over here with Daniel. And when I walk in with them, they're going to be here in like 10 minutes. I'm going to wave to you, and you just like give me like the affirmative tough guy nod. I'm like, you know, the Vice Lords are all black, right? He's like, they don't know this. That's fine.
Yeah, they have no idea.
So like we're at like the Uptown, which is like right by Aragon, little dumpy. That's where I was with Black Dahlia, where they were doing like karaoke to Jackson 5 one night. Like,
that's awesome.
Oh, sick.
but yeah, you know, he comes in and he kind of like, you know, gives me the nod, and I look back at him and I give him like and like his cousins are like, oh, and then he comes by later. He's like, that was great. I'll buy your drinks for the rest of the night. Then we go to the Green Mill, and I'm like, I'll have a dragon's milk. Mark Tremonti, thank you very much.
Like,
Mark's tab.
But no, I mean, like, and like there was those guys are great, man. Like there was like the open air thing. Daniel and I are like, you know, running around like a bunch of like idiot drunk toddlers, like backstage. Like Mark's like, hey, we're not going to drink this. You want to drink the booze? Daniel's like, like double fisting running around. Like, dude, it's ridiculous. Like, hey, Mark. Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you know, it's like that humble thing. Like, I don't know, man. I'm just a scrub. Like, what, you know, whatever. It's weird sometimes. Like, but yeah, no. So yeah, back to your thing. Yeah. Sometimes like, you know, I remember when, first time I met Clint Lowry from Seven Dust, which was like one of my like guitar, you know, like just something about like the way he does things. I just always looked up to him. We recorded a record with Brett Hessla, who is the singer for Dark New Day. And that was, it was like a little super group. It was like him and Clint Lowry and his brother from Stereo Bud and like a couple other dudes that like one of the dudes from Evanescence, like for that scene, you know, it was like kind of like a cool super group.
Did Corey, Clint's brother, he played with Brad, right? BC.
Right. And now Corey's in Seether.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's playing guitar in that band.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Good for him.
Yeah, it's you know, like, you know, these are like career guys that have
right,
like,
yeah, in it to win it.
But yeah, no, I remember like I posted like a noob. I posted my Seven Dust tour laminate. It was like, oh my God, like Hesla's like, hey, when you see Clint, tell him this word for word. I can't remember what it was. I probably checked my messages from a decade ago, but like, tell him this. It's like an inside joke. And he's like, I'm going to text him. So I'm like on the ground, like plugging in cables in my rig. It's like hot as fuck. We're playing at like University of Ohio at like this theater. And then like Clint Lowry comes over and he's like, I hear you fancy yourself a guitar player. I'm like, oh, what? Like I will shit my pants. Like, wait, what? Like I'm on the ground, like sweating, like plugging shit in. And then I was like, oh, remember what Brett told? So I tell him this thing. He like keels over laughing and then like slaps me on the back. Like, all right, it's going to be a fun tour. I'm like, I don't know what I just did.
Right. But
sick.
You know, like, but I activated like something like the cheat code. Like Brett gave me the cheat code. And
hell yeah.
I mean, for the rest of the tour, Clint's like, just plug into my cabs. Like stuff like that. I was like, what? Like,
yeah, sick.
Like what? Like,
that's awesome.
You know, and it's just like one of those, again, it's one of those like dude, I used to skip high school to see you guys play, man. Like, what is happening right now? Like, yeah,
it's sick.
Crazy stuff, man. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, that was awesome. That was a good time.
How long was that tour?
I think that one was like 3.5 weeks.
Okay.
And then we did another one a couple months later. Like you were on the first date with us.
Yeah, I did
in
like
Grand
2
Rapids.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, because we just got like
You got the offer while we were out.
a band had a drop last minute.
Uh-huh.
The singer got into a bar fight and fucked up his vocal cords.
Oh, great.
Oh, hey, look, we're the runner up. Cool, we got it. Like,
Hi.
cool, like, sweet. So we're not going home. We're gonna route from Cincinnati to like Michigan somewhere.
Is that
But
where it was? I can't remember, but I remember one of the shows. I believe it was the first 7 show. Wasn't that in Ohio? I thought it was. It was at the where the college was, and it was like
that was the
quarter beer night. Ugh.
See, I can't remember all those things.
Yeah.
I know there was a quarter beer night in Fort Wayne.
Was it Fort Wayne?
But I don't
thought
think
it was
you
Ohio.
I don't think you were with us for that one.
I was with you guys for one of them.
It's probably Ohio.
Yeah, that's why I saw it.
Yeah, no, it was Ohio. Like Shauna and them were out. Yeah. That was that show. Oh,
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah.
Too drunk to be in public. One of those nights where I'm just like, we have friends in the region that are just like, you're drinking at our tab. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's like bringing a bunch of homeless people to a bar. Like, I'm going to get you homeless, smelly people loaded. Like, where am I? Like, which way is north? You know, like, lick your finger, hold it to the wind. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, that shit is fun.
What other nonsensical shit you want me to talk about?
Oh, you got any questions?
Do I have any questions, man?
Is this a job interview?
Could
So
keep you here.
No, you guys talk, man. Fuck me. And what the fuck am I
No,
talking
we talk
about?
enough. It's our show. That's all we do is talk.
yeah, it is true. That is all we talk. And I've been
Our-
perpetually high for like
Our guest
way
is
too
supposed to
long,
do all the
dude.
talking.
I've been high since like yesterday at
Good for
like
you.
1 or like 2.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
I've been drunk for like 3 days. Been celebrating my
Yeah.
by not
newfound
working at my
freedom,
job
yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, dude.
With this mango, what the fuck am I
A
drinking?
Bud
right
Light
now?
seltzer, dude.
Ugh, gross. Got
They'll be
anything?
sure to give you a sponsorship now.
Ugh.
Ugh, gross.
The
Yeah.
worst shit you'll ever drink. Thanks, Budweiser.
Is it that bad compared to other seltzers?
Do you
Or
do
you
seltzers?
just do you
Do I
hate that
look
in
like I
general?
drink seltzers?
I don't know, man,
Give me
dude.
beer that tastes like gasoline.
Our
Oh.
guitar player Nate drinks these fucking seltzers all day, every day.
Yeah, he loves them, man.
He's not metal.
I know.
No, don't tell him that. I don't want him to hate me. We were talking about Nate the other night because like Bill and I have been hanging out on like Tuesdays.
Yeah,
like,
we
you
started
I
know,
know,
this-
dude.
this
That's
new
so
tradition
sick.
now.
He was like, "Yeah, you just." I was like, "Where'd you guys hang?" And you were like, "Just outside my building."
For a
And I'm
long
like,
run.
"Oh, that's awesome,
want to
Yeah,
have
it's
some
been great.
social distance burritos? Hold on, let me.
dude.
let me-
I want to come.
No.
I'll drive all the way from where the fuck I live just to hang out with you guys
Dude, I wanna
outside of your
come.
building. Yeah,
Aren't you came?
you can't.
Wait, hold on. I gotta. No, I have to apologize today. Here, hold on.
You don't have to. I'll edit that out.
No, like so, we were actually talking about Nate the other night, and I was like, "Did it die?
No, you're
Is it
good.
going?"
I'm just marking something.
No, like, man, like, so I never knew how good he was because I met him like not like at a show. It was like Bill's backyard, for, you know,
like a social gathering.
like
Oh, cool.
metal bearded dudes, like you know, my people, and it's funny because like you know when you're meeting new people, sometimes you're like, you know, you standoffish. You know, I don't know you. Are we?
Yeah,
Cool,
who are you?
not-
Jesus
But now
Christ.
every time I see Nate like out at a show, you know, like when shows were a thing, you know, always take the time to come and like, hey man, what's up? High five, like real quick, like, you know. And I thought he hated me. Like when we met, I was just like, you know, he's like sizing me. Who the fuck is this?
Yeah, you just
dummy?
didn't
Like,
know who you were. You know.
yeah, and then I realized how good he was at guitar. I was like, oh my god, dude! I can't even talk about music around this guy. It's like you know, it's one of those. It's one of those. Seriously, it's a real fear that like you know you're gonna start talking about music, and then somebody's just gonna pull out a guitar to practice guitar battle. Like, oh
oh,
no,
yeah.
thanks. Like, I'm just gonna walk away now. Like, oh my god, yeah, good people. So man, you surround yourself with good people.
I try to.
Yeah.
You know.
Good-
Try to weed out the bad
Good
ones.
dudes, good dudes,
You know.
good dudes.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Nate is a shredder, man.
Well, I mean, I saw he's been touring with Immortal Bird,
Mm-hmm.
and like you
yeah,
know,
they were staying busy for a while.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, it makes me happy to see people I know like,
Yeah,
like
doing
get
this thing.
tapped into that. You know, where it's
Yeah.
like cool, and then like you see more tour dates or like a new ad mat. Like, here's the Canadian dates. Like, dude, awesome. Like,
Mhm.
go.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like, you know, and you know they always talk about like you know musicians and like competition, and like there is a competition. There really is. I mean, like anyone who says it's not, it's full of shit. But like when your friends do well, it's good for everybody. You know, it's like it's a, you know, I like to, there's bands that you meet that you're like, oh, those guys are, that's a douche band. It's a band full of douchebags. It's a douche band. But you know, but like, you know, especially like guys from your sandbox, like in Chicago, going off and doing stuff like Dave and Rashid and the guys becoming non-point. Like, holy fuck! Like, we played plenty of shows in front of nobody with you. Like, it's great to see you in front of crowds of 20,000. Like, awesome. Like, I'm just happy. Like,
wow, hell like, yeah.
So yeah, man. I mean, even me not doing nothing, it makes me happy to see, you know, guys like
somebody's doing something.
Or like you,
right?
like I couldn't see you for your birthday because you were touring Europe, working like crew stuff. Like,
yeah, right. It was
we were gone for your birthday this last year.
Yeah, but
were you gone for your birthday though? I thought you were here because we missed your party.
But you like left the next day, and I was in Wisconsin.
Yeah. I had it like the week before.
Yeah, we were gone when you had your birthday.
Because I left on like the 23rd or 24th. Yeah, it was like right after my birthday.
Were we? There was that one birthday where I made we went to go see that Obscura show. That was the year before.
That was
yeah. And then I made everybody leave to make sure we didn't even see Obscura.
One of the sickest bands in the world. Yeah. He was like, we got to go back to Bill's.
And Nate was like, Nate wanted to stay. He was like, are you sure? Because we drove to Joliet. We did because my band Warforged, we had just done that week-long tour with this band called Inferi, and they literally, the tour we were doing was to support. It was like their routing dates to get out. To join the Obscura tour. And then we were like, we'll come hang out in Chicago. So like I drove. It was like me, Jace, Nate.
Max, right?
Max met us there.
Okay.
And then did Alex come? I don't know. We had like a full.
I think Alex was with you because I think you.
Yeah, he might have. Yeah. So I was just like, we were like, we didn't give a shit about seeing him. We should have. I didn't give a shit. I was just like, and we had just got. This was like literally like less than a week after we got back from tour, so I didn't want to see any fucking live music. I was just like, oh
yeah, I just want to sleep.
Yeah,
fuck off.
And that show sold out down there. Yeah, it was crazy. It was like it was like the tech death extravagant. It was like Arcspire, Obscura, Inferi, Beyond Creation. Like, Jesus. Yeah, it was insane. And I was like, I can't fucking handle this tonight.
Right,
but
yeah.
We saw our friends' band and then we chilled with them for a little bit. And then I was like, all right, we're going back to Forest Park now. Yeah. You were there. You were there that year. I remember I was talking to you. That might have been the last time I've seen you, man. No.
Was it your birthday?
It was my 34th.
Yeah, because you had your guitar players there.
Yeah. Jace was there.
Yeah, it was like
Max and Alex.
Yeah, like all the eccentric metal dudes. My people. I was like, you know, like, hey, man, like, I don't know you, but you look like we get along.
Yeah. You said there was one dude that you were like, you didn't get along with for like a second, and then you kind of turned it around.
He wasn't a musician. I know that. He wasn't a musician.
One of your friends?
He was
somebody that was at my party, but I don't know.
Somebody that everybody knew, but he was like, just, I don't know. I think he had brown hair. He looked like a man.
Jack?
No, he knows Jack.
I know Jack from like.
They went to high school.
I met Jack when he was like 14.
Right? Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, yeah. We used to. Oh, yeah. We used to bounce on his trampoline in high school. Way back.
I remember talking to Jack at that. He was at that party
he
too.
Came that year.
Because I remember I was talking to him.
I saw a video somebody posted.
Yeah, Jose posted
of like Advent Wrath where Jack was wearing like
the fishnets,
a fishnet whole like upper body thing.
Yeah.
I was at that show. I mean, I played that show with you.
You played that show, right?
I was so old. What year was that? 2001?
Oh, maybe.
God, I was 10, dude.
How old were you?
I was 10 in 2001.
That's terrible.
I was born at the end of 91.
Were you learning mathematics?
At that point, probably.
Were you learning about Native Americans and social studies? I think that's what you do at 10, right?
Supposed to.
Yeah, kind of.
You learn like multiplication, division.
25 years ago, right?
Like 10, well, I didn't. Remember. You know what? I was thinking about this. When did I first met you? I was still in high school.
About this too,
but I think you were like in like at Triton, probably. Which is crazy that I didn't meet you until you were in college. But like, Bill's like one of my oldest friends now.
Probably freshman year of college. Though,
yeah, because I was like
because you joined Advent Wrath for like a week.
Right after I finished high school.
Yeah,
For like we played 2 shows. I lost my wireless unit in one of them. Oh fuck. Oh God! And then
That's how long you were in that band for?
Yeah, like 2 shows.
Well, what happened after? What made
We
you?
broke up.
Well, I was witness to that.
That was
And
pretty
then,
good.
so I love Jose. He's he's a really great guy.
Yeah, hell yeah. He's
and like,
doing great for himself.
But like
now.
the rest of the band wasn't happy. You know, so I was there. So like I joined this band, and like it's like they're playing like what is it, like death metal kind of
It's
like,
like thrash and death metal.
Right, yeah,
it's like
You were in the band?
yeah. I
And
was
Jack
the
was
bass
in the
player.
band?
Jack was the
And Jack-
vocalist.
Jack
Our
was the
buddy
vocalist.
Jose was the guitar player.
Was
the
Jose
Hollywood
Sanchez?
Husk. Hollywood Husk
Jose-
was the
Jose-
drummer.
Jose, the Jose I know.
Yeah,
Jose
yeah.
Sanchez.
Yeah.
Disney funeral. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we were in a band together.
We were like
4
rolling
piece.
full stacks, bro.
Yeah, and then
full
we
stacks.
wanted to get a 5th guitar player, and we knew
Was
Rick
he not doing the
available.
evening funeral yet?
No, not at all.
Okay.
It was way before
So
that.
so yeah, we played like a couple shows, and because we all knew each other, and
Yeah.
like and then I guess these guys.
Unbeknownst to everybody else, me and Jack were kind of like on the way out.
That's like when Capsize was about to like
Become a
begin.
thing. Yeah.
So
Okay.
and they told me, they're like, hey man, we're kind of like done with this band, and like we talked with everyone. The only guy who like isn't really part of this, Jose's really gung ho. We're not really. And it was
Yeah,
like,
we weren't
oh,
into
it
it as
sucks. And I'm
much,
like, but I'm like, hey, I get it. Like, no harm, no foul. Like, we're all friends, and literally no skin off my nose. Like, I just played 2
Right.
shows. It's been fun.
We just had fun.
Yeah, we got all
Yeah.
drunk and piled in your dad's van, like
Right.
told a bunch of fart jokes. It was
That
great.
same band?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
bro. That van's seen a
2000.
lot of.
Hell yeah.
That van's seen a lot of local experience.
It's seen some shit
Oh,
It is.
I've been drunk in that van many times.
rolling around in the back.
But
yeah.
no, like, so they told, they broke up the band in Bill's backyard. And it was very tense. And we just went to Burger King beforehand because nobody knew how to have the conversation. Because, it's like breaking up with a girl. Like,
Who
it's,
was the one in charge of doing that? You?
no,
No,
me.
no,
Fuck
not at
no.
all.
I
He was
just-
like-
I was
No,
a new
you,
guy.
were you in
there.
charge of that?
I guess it was like me and Jack kind of like bringing it up. Like,
And the Husk probably,
yeah,
he
and like I
probably-
think Sky was kind of over it too.
and so we've all been through band breakups, and he didn't take it well, but we're all friends
Who
still.
didn't take it well?
Jose, yeah,
He didn't take it
Oh.
well, and then but the whole time, dude, I was holding in this fart. We went to Burger King to stall for time because nobody knew how to do this.
right.
What did you get?
I got like the Texas double Whopper or some shit,
Sick.
like a fart party burger, right? Like,
Yeah.
just like
Okay.
just extra onions, please. So like I'm sitting there watching this uncomfortable conversation. I don't even know why I was there. I should have just left.
You were part of the band.
Well, okay, there we go. Thanks, new guy. I was like the red shirt from Star Trek, right? Like
you
the new.
did 2 shows, man.
So I'm sitting there and I'm holding this fart, and it's just brewing. It's so bad, and like I just this.
So you already knew this was going to happen.
I sort of they
think
told me as we went to the
yeah.
Burger King, and we were gonna, and then instead of jamming, we're like, let's have a conversation, and then like I'm just sitting there holding this fart in the whole time. I'm trying to concentrate and trying to be respectful, and Jose
You were
leaves and he's pissed, and I get it,
You could hear the tires screech.
Yeah, he
as
was pissed. He was he was
pulled
mad
over.
because
What was that? Your place?
Yeah, my old house.
yeah, in Forest Park. Oh yeah, and he left and he was pissed. And I get it,
and rightfully so.
because
yeah, yeah.
you're in a band and you're gung ho, and when
It was a
other people-
band he started.
Right. So I get it. But like as soon as he left, I just ripped the fucking loudest fart. Like,
Just
and
like-
so everybody is looking like at the ground. Everyone's like, did we do the right thing? Like
Feeling miserable.
we just
for-
broke our
yeah.
band. It's like you break it with a girl, and then I just like I just let this thing out.
Yeah.
And
Best tension
I don't know what
breaker
happened.
ever.
I think we got like a case of beer from the gas station, or just like, well, let's hang
hang
out.
out,
Like,
have
Who
some
played
beer.
drums in that band?
My buddy Sky.
Was he-
You've never met him.
Was he
before.
cool during that?
Yeah.
He was a
Sky,
fun
Sky's
guy.
a great dude. I love
Was
that
he cool
guy.
with the breakup though? Was
yeah,
he like
yeah.
yeah, no, I mean,
Because he was about to
like
leave
college
for
or
college.
something. Yeah. It was
yeah.
that time,
So
the great
he-
destroyer of bands
Yes.
in high school is college.
I was
like,
just telling somebody this
Bands
story
and
earlier today
relationships,
about mine.
You know? Yeah.
bands and relationships. Oh, we're going to different schools. Oh, we'll do the long distance thing. Yeah, right. Fuck
Yeah.
you. Like, never works. I went to college with my girlfriend, and it didn't work.
Oof.
The
Yeah.
college destroys everything.
What college?
I went to Illinois State
yeah.
for like a year and a half.
ISU? What is it? Is that the one in
Bloomington.
Bloomington. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Good times.
But no, it was just like, it was one of those things. Like, we went to this college.
Yeah. It's a transformation time.
And
It's a
everybody's
transformation, yeah.
exploring. They've got to explore. Like,
Well, that's what happened when I was in my high school band like disintegrated pretty much. I was the only one who wanted to do music, and then I had already known Adrian, and I was practicing with his old band because they lost their drummer, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to fill in That's what everybody says, man, and I fall for it every time, dude.
Yeah.
But you know what's
happened
awesome?
with
You know what's
Roman Reigns,
awesome?
man?
You know what's awesome?
Just the
Though?
tip.
Yeah.
A testament to your playing is that have you ever auditioned for a band? Probably not.
Kind of not really.
No,
Roman Reigns, sort of.
No, not really though.
Yeah,
But
that-
because because an audition is different.
Yeah.
When people know you're good, you get invited.
Yeah.
I've never I mean, I'm not good, but people think I was good for whatever I did in a band. I don't know what I do in
You're
a
a good
band,
guy.
but I've never auditioned for a band. I've
Uh-huh.
always been invited.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know, and
Roman
it-
Reigns wasn't inviting for sure.
And it was one of those, and so that's like speaks to your playing. And
Yeah,
your, you know, it's
definitely.
like, or like Bill, it's like we played in a band together after that.
Yeah, when you came back from college.
Dude, so Bill
Yep.
Bill was a bigger dude, and then he became
I don't know
a
about
fucking string
big
mean.
now.
He became a string mean, and I went to I'm like, hey, you want to like come jam with this band I'm doing? Like, I'm gonna pick him up, and this fucking skinny dude. I'm like, what the who? Where did Bill?
Yeah, I need to
Who
get
is
back to
this?
that.
And then we played in a band for a couple of years with a couple other guys, and
Was that which
That was
band was?
breaking through.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those bands that could never like get the things together to do something, because like recording always dragged on forever. We never
Yeah.
got the things done, but it was a
Yeah,
fun
we had
experience.
fun doing it.
Like
It was definitely a lot of fun. Like
The
all
band-
the parts that made that band.
the band
were great.
ended when Bill and I were like, I don't really want to do this anymore. And Bill, neither do I. But
I
we're the
was
two
so
guys
glad
that were
you-
like
I'm
putting the
so
music,
glad, you
like,
said something. I was like, yeah. And I was like, yes.
I'm like, all right, cool. Then because like, the only person I felt bad about was I don't want to leave him in the lurch. But you were playing 3 bands, like
Yeah, I was still
Bill
doing
would be occupied. Like
Capsized, and I think I was doing something else. Maybe I don't know. I
no,
stayed
you were
busy.
doing you were because you did you've always done a bunch of things like.
doing Back Pocket, or was that Roman Reigns? Caps? I can't.
Well, you
remember.
play in. I mean, you know what it's like when you juggle multiple bands. It's like it's fun, but it's also like, oh my god,
It's hard, man. Yeah.
stressful. Like, so I've done that.
Yeah, it's
I've done that a
stressful.
couple times where like I've had rehearsal 5 days a week, and I work my big boy job,
Right.
and it's like, when do I sleep? Like, when do I?
Yeah,
do laundry?
dude.
Like,
There was a good chunk of time where both of my bands were. Remember, like every show we did was like a doubleheader. It was like Warforged and Roman Reigns at the same show. So I was doing 2 sets, and like I was getting no sleep because like I had band practice like twice a week with Warforged and twice a week with Roman Reigns, and then the show, soon enough. I mean, I was crushing it at those shows. Like I wasn't like
He wasn't.
I was crushing it, dude. I will like attest to that. I was definitely like
Yeah,
on
you were
my
doing
game.
it.
Well,
Yeah.
because I was practicing so much,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
like, but it was just like, fuck, like this is a lot. Like, and that's when I remember being like, fuck, man, like I'm sweating. Like, yeah.
but
and-
you're better for it though.
yeah.
When
yeah,
you do
yeah.
that double duty, like it shows your commitment, and then eventually it also tells you too, like which band wants it the most. And you don't want to have that mindset. You don't want to be a competition, but it also tells you like what band has guys that want it harder.
Right,
like,
yeah.
like when I started 7 Day Sauna with all those guys, like Ben was in another band and I was in another band, and it was like our thing. But you'd go to one practice and then you go to the other one, and you felt the energy in the room in one, and it just wasn't there with the other one. And it kind of becomes like eventually like
Yeah.
and like, oh my God, I'm just going to spend my time here where people like want me here. Like,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's like, yeah, that is a very good point.
well, but the other thing too, though, is like the cross-pollination effect where you can kind of like learn things in one man and bring it to the other,
Yeah.
like, hey, like fucking up here. Like we should probably try this. It's working. I'm part of it working in the other thing. Like, no, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, those shows too, like whatever band played first was like the agonizing set for me where I was just like, my hands. And then like by the time the next band was on, I was
You're
like,
all
I'm
warmed up.
flying.
how old are you? What the fuck?
Yeah, it was, I'm trying to think how old
How
I
old is
was
this guy? I'm
during
like,
that.
what? Like,
I'm 28.
17, 28.
I'm 28.
God damn. So you're my brother's age. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 28.
We'll
and
be 28.
that time I was probably like 25 when we were doing that. 25, maybe 26.
I was like 37.
Yeah. How old are you?
Don't ask.
Okay.
No, I'll be.
You're
I'll be
35.
I'll be
Yeah.
35 in 6 months.
Okay. So you
I,
guys
just, I
are.
round up. I always round up. It helps
Okay.
keep me from always expect the worst, and then oh no, I'm not 35 yet. Like I'll be that at some point.
Yeah.
Even my dad coming and he's like, "Oh, look at all the white coming out." You're shut up.
Shut up, Dad.
I know. I'm turning into Father
I got
Time.
my
I know.
one little gray one here somewhere.
Good for you. Good
Dude,
for
I
you.
find some gray. I can't wait till I get gray.
Oh,
dude.
I would
stop
rather be more gray than just one little one. This is
Me too.
kinda
Yeah, I'm
weird.
super. You're not gray at all, man.
There's just one little hair. somewhere.
Yeah, I see it.
I'm going
kinda.
white. I'm not going gray. I'm going white.
I would love.
Yeah.
I would love
Straight
white,
white.
dude.
Looks
My
good, though. You gotta
grandfather
get it.
turned white really early, and it's not happening to me.
Everyone's like,
so-
oh, salt and pepper, George
Nonsense.
Clooney. Do I fucking look like George Clooney
Yeah.
to you? No.
You look like Batman
It doesn't
Forever.
work for me, bro.
George
Like,
Clooney.
I need to be as approachable as possible. I'm single. I'm 34. Like, I can't. Oh, God. It's like,
Start dyeing that shit like Garth Brooks.
man, you got to keep up with that, though. If you miss a
slip up.
dye treatment,
It's over.
it's over for you, son. It's
Yeah.
over. What, am I start wearing men makeup now? Like, hide my, my bags in my eyes.
Foundation.
Like,
These
Seen some
preparation
shit,
H on
bro.
there. I've seen some shit.
one time I was trying to buy a car. Okay. So I was trying to buy a car.
Go
All right, wait. Are we okay? I'm gonna
What's
just
up?
keep drinking this mango drink.
Yeah.
Thinking of you, Nate. So I go to this place like out on a road. I don't know, like one of like the Ford dealership, and I'm talking to this salesman, and like this is like what I'm working like my corporate job, and I'm like bouncing into bar, and I'm just like working a billion hours, and I'm tired, and I look tired, and I hadn't like shaved, like clean. I look like shit,
A little disheveled.
Yeah, I look like shit. So I go in and
You
we're
don't look
talking.
like a guy that's gonna buy a car.
So I'm looking at cars and we're talking blah blah blah. And, and I'm just trying to like, break the ice with the sales guy in like his tie and nice shirt. Like, oh, you know how it is, man. Guys our age, like we gotta, you really gotta burn it to like get where you need to get to. It's you just gotta put in the work. He's like, sir, I can assure you I'm much younger than you. It's like, you motherfucker. Like I was like.
Whoa.
Like
I was
fuck
like-
your sale.
And I just looked at him, and I didn't say that, but that was in my head. I was like, so I'm like, I need to be excused for it. And I just walked out. I was like, God, like
Flip one of the cars.
fucking kid must have been like 21, I guess. I don't know. Like I just
Fuck
assumed
yeah.
like, oh, we're young. I was
We're
like,
in this together, right?
I think I was like 29, maybe, but
Okay.
like I had seen some shit, so like, so like touring musician turns into like
It ages you.
working at a bar, like choking people out and like going to court and like dealing with shitheads.
At Cobra?
No, well, so I worked Cobra and then I worked in Naperville. And
Where
then,
at?
at the bar Louis.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, I had more problems.
Oh,
I had more problems working out in
At the Naperville Bar, Louis?
Yes.
Like in downtown Naperville?
Oh my god! And like Cobra Lounge,
Really?
Cobra Lounge,
Dude,
like
a bunch
has
of chads out there,
right,
man.
and like Cobra. But see, here's
I
the thing:
guess.
the difference is the city. I think is people know that if you mouth off, somebody might just punch you. Like,
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
you'll
even
get
like a
fucked
thing.
up.
They're not going to make like a big deal. They're just going to be like, oh, that was really off color. Bang, and then they
Yeah.
just like hit you. Like, and I've seen it happen where it's just like somebody like drops the N word at Cobra Lounge, and then
It's like, dude, you're out.
like the bar back overhears it, just like jumps across the bar,
Yeah.
whacks the guy, throws him out on an Ashland. That's it.
There's
Goes
your
back to
night.
work.
Yep.
Like that's it. Like and Naperville was like a bunch of like suburban chads.
So, you know my dad.
My dad owns a car dealership, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, hold me back. I'm like, bro, just
Dude, you had a good story from where like some kid
the bouncing stories.
like
Oh
gave
my
you
god.
shit
You
and
okay,
then
so touring
called
musician,
it in or something.
musician is fun. Bouncing also is a very colorful
I'll say, man,
career
that's-
path.
Is
that
it
I-
fun?
It can be.
Okay.
Honestly, like, just like music, some days are like funny and fun, and some days are horrible,
Yeah.
But like, what was the one you were talking about?
You're out in
I told you a
Naperville.
bunch of stories.
Some kid came in. I think you guys got the heads up that he was too drunk and he was being like just shitty at some other bar. And so you're like, all right, man, you can't come in. He's like, what the hell? He's like, my dad is this, and that. And I'm not fucked up, blah, blah, blah. And so you're like, dude, if you keep giving me shit, man, I'm calling the cops. And then you end up calling the cops. The cops like find him. They follow him back to his fucking car.
Not specific enough.
Really?
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah, that's like an
Does that happen
archetypal
on-
story.
Oh my god.
That's
And
like
then-
plug and play. Like,
Whoa.
like right,
So this
like
dude was about to like
mapping a video game
drink
story.
and
Like,
drive
that's,
and just got pinched like right away.
dude, all the time.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Fuck.
I had a 5'2" gentleman come up. Like, I was like, no, you're not coming in. Like, he was like, wearing like a band. I don't know, whatever. You got to do the door guy thing, but like, hey man, you need sleeves tonight, whatever.
Right.
And then it immediately went from, I know people who will come and kill you. And
Whoa.
I'm like, that's cool, bro. Well, can you do it at like 2:30? Because I get off the clock at 2. So yeah, bring them then, and then go back to the alley where there's no cameras. Like, yeah, come
I'll
back
be
then
waiting.
though.
Yeah,
I gotta make these dollars real quick though. Like,
Yeah.
could you just wait? You know, I remember I had a guy that like we had to kick out, whatever. You know, another young entitled Naperville prince.
Yeah.
And he's just like, fuck you, blah, 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 blah. Like, just mouth.
So this was after Cobra, this whole job?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did Cobra like 2012-ish. Like after.
Geez, that's probably the first
2011.
time I was there was 2013 or some shit.
And then I went back to Cobra eventually, but like.
Philly got you.
But yeah, I'm dealing with this guy, and he's like, he's like mouthing off and being like a big shot in front of his friends. And then he like goes off into the. And then 20 minutes later, it's a slow night, the GM, she's like, hey, you want to get cut? I was like, sure, I'll take off, and so I go to the other bar in the neighborhood, the bartender, get a shot and a beer.
Which bar?
The Lantern.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a story about that. Well, it's not even a good story, but.
Well, but that's the story place. That's where all the shit happens. So like, I go to Lantern and get a shot and a beer real quick. And who do I see? The young prince with all of his friends, but he's facing away from me in one of the booths. So I'm like, give me an extra shot real quick, just to
get the gears moving.
And then I just like, I'm sipping my Budweiser. I'm standing behind him, slowly drinking my beer, just staring at all of them. And they're all having a conversation. And then all of a sudden, one by one, all the people that I had just kicked out like 30 minutes before stop like looking at this guy. They start looking up at me until the point where the guy stops like, holding court, and he stops like, hey, buddy, you remember me from 20 minutes ago? Yeah, I'm not at work anymore. I'm going to finish my beer, go to the bathroom, and then we're going to play. And then, like, I come back, he's gone. But, I just wanted to, like, scare them. But it's like, dude.
That's awesome.
All these, and then, fast forward, Cobra. I walk in, Riot Fest weekend. Philly's like, all right, you're doing live room tonight. I'm like, all right, who's playing? Dillinger Escape Plan.
Oh, I was there.
Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah.
And you
Everyone
were definitely there.
He was in the center.
And like, Philly, where do you want me to be? In the middle. I'm like, do you have like the code? Did you get those Cobra Lounge like riot suits yet? Like, do I have like a shield? Like, because this is going to be really painful. Like, and I'm like, what do you want me to? What do you want me to do here? Like,
right. What's the protocol?
Because I know it's Dillinger. Everyone who's going knows what they're getting themselves into. The first person to jump up on the stage and stage dive was Louis, the GM. And he's like, fucking burn this place to the fucking ground. And then he jumps and I'm like, well, I guess we're just going to let it happen then.
Yeah.
And then like we had like line cooks running out from the kitchen, running through the crowd.
I saw more staff members crowd surfing than crowd. It was crazy.
You'd have a guy take off his apron and then like run up on stage and then just jump and like hang off the ceiling. I'm like,
I remember like I saw Big Dave get up there a couple times.
Dude, Big Dave, like that's like
everybody. It was so funny.
Yeah, that's like a diesel engine getting a deal. Big Dave is Big Dave.
Scary.
Like, and he was one of the managers.
Yeah.
So fucking tear this place apart. And I'm just like, man. Jesus fuck. Like, and you know what? Everyone when the show was over, everyone was smiling. I mean, people got like hit with the guitar headstock.
Oh, dude,
my cousin got like whiskey like right in his eyes. Like because I had family in the crowd. Yeah, so like everyone left like that was awesome. And
Best
then
show ever.
The next night we had the Swingin' Utters, and half the venue was empty, and I got covered in somebody else's blood that night. Like,
whoa!
Like some foreign guy. Who's just there, like some Polish Eastern European. He's just there, whatever, doing his thing.
Having a good time.
And like, he like, the mosh pit. Yeah, okay. And he like bumps into some guy and like, like never take it personally when you get bumped into in a mosh pit. It's just, if you're there, it's going to happen.
Kind of free for all.
And this little like 5'1" dude took it personally and jacked this guy in the face. And the guy like falls into me.
Oh.
And I got blood all over my arm.
Oh. Whoa.
So I go and I find the kid. I just grab him by the scruff. fucking out, like out. Like, look, you ruined my fucking weekend. Like, I'm tired because I've been at Riot Fest between working the after show. So like now I'm covered in someone's blood. Maybe I got a disease now. You motherfucker. So like the kid's mom was at the show.
What the fuck? And
she's like, I know Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I want to topple your big ass. I'm like, just fuck off. Like, just go. Like, I had some like 60-year-old dude take off his shirt in front of the bar. Like, you want to make? No, I don't get paid enough to make something of this with you, man. Like, sir, like, fuck you. Politely, like, oh my.
Did you get to say that to people?
Yeah. Oh,
that's
dude.
sick.
So, Cobra, like, they do hold their security staff to a higher standard than any other place, like even the bars and the burbs. Not a drop of booze.
Yep.
Nothing like that. You can't, like, you're done. Like, if you get caught drinking, done. Because things can go, especially you have those shows, like, you have to be the adult.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, so, but, if you're taking someone out, you can take them out judiciously. Like, and they back you up. They're like, well, if he saw something that called for that, okay, back him up. Like,
his call. Yeah.
I mean, I got my bell rung there during a Killer show in 2012.
Yep.
I
was at that.
I got like 10 people punching my dome. Like,
whoa.
I was concussed.
Thank God,
my buddy's a bass
Andrew,
player. He jumped off the stage, put his bass down to like shield me from the blows.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, dude.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
It was a Harm's Way show.
Oh God.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Killer
Way was
Harm's
playing.
Way?
Killer had finished.
It was the Killer was playing.
No, Harm's Way was playing because it's the big fucking dude. And I just remember Andrew saw that you were getting hit, jumped on stage.
So it probably
and then ran because I was sitting there watching it. He jumped up on the stage because he couldn't get through.
So
ran across the stage and then jumped on
So
top
I'm pretty
of you.
sure the Harm's Way singer Superman punched me in the top of the head.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure I was told
swinging.
that. So like I survived. That guy's pretty thick.
Yeah, he's a beefcake.
He's a big boy.
I think of the Home Depot song every time I like, come on, who doesn't?
Like what? What's
the Home Depot song?
You don't know this?
No.
It's an internet meme. It's Harm's Way, and he's doing like the running man. The Home Depot. Yeah. So every time I hear that song, I think of like him with his shirt off. Like,
there's some really good ones. There's a Cotton Eye Joe version of that,
dude,
which was actually like timed perfectly.
Almost every one of them's like a knock out of the park.
Yeah.
Like I love that.
But apparently they're not fans of that meme either, from what I've heard.
Really?
Hey man,
even
fuck
better.
them. The dude Superman punched me in the fucking skull. Okay, like I had a wedding to go to the next day, and I was concussed, and my eyes were all like bloodshot and swollen. And I'm sitting there in my suit, just like, I'm not gonna eat or drink. It's just
like, take me out now,
dude. It was so bad. I was like, oh god. They didn't know what to do. So like. So the whole thing,
you can't kick him out. And I remember he was like yelling at the guy that kind of initiated.
So they pushed the whole thing out into the sidewalk, and they pulled me back in. And Philly's like, "All right, dude, you're cut. I don't know what to do about a concussion, but I'm gonna pour half a bottle of Jameson in your mouth real quick." I was like, "Okay, this seems like
it sounds like the NFL concussion protocol."
So I'm like Mr. Burns, when he's like, "I give you love."
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm just floating around.
Yeah.
And the dude that started this fight with me storms through the front door. "I'm going to kill everyone in this place." And I'm the only like Cobra employee who stays. I'm like, "No, I can't do it." Like PTSD in full swing. But then I have to put hands on him again and like, someone, anyone, like, help me.
That's so funny, man.
Yeah, I was like, dude, yeah. So that was fun. That was a good time. And then that week, my girlfriend dumped me, and 7 Day Sauna just dissolved.
That sucks.
Week.
All in the same week. Oh, so brutal, dude.
That Dillinger week?
Not Dillinger. No. Dillinger was later because I went back to work at Cobra like in 2015.
So you left Cobra. Yeah, because that one time I was with. Well, I left before Danny got kicked out, but. There was one
Cobra?
Yeah. Do you remember
Did you
that?
Kick him out?
No, he was not. I don't think he was working
Philly,
there.
But Philly knows all the guys in your band. And I remember
I remember
there was a night where Philly was like, "Dude, you're my buddy, but you're kind of out of control.
Yeah, it was Danny.
If you don't like simmer down, then I gotta bounce you. Like, and I remember seeing it. I'm like, not getting involved.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, maybe you were there then.
I was. I'm like, I'm taking to go.
It was
take
a
some trash
Malevolent
out.
Creation show. We were with Jerome me and Denny went to the Twisted Spoke. I think this was before like Babel came out because we were showing Jerome those songs in like my car or something. Then he was like, "Hey, Malevolent Creation is coming. I could just get you guys in." And we were like, "Okay."
Fuck yeah.
Like, but I didn't.
Yeah, he brought Goat Whore upstairs once, and then we were like partying in the green room. Like, after,
shit.
like,
Yeah.
what if these guys hang? I'm like, dude, you work with me, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
come hang. Like,
Dude, and then I remember like Danny was
We also
so
had a show at Cobra like 3-4 days later.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. And I remember what happened was like Danny got like so fucking drunk that he was like hitting like he was doing like wrestling moves on people and flipping them over
yes,
him and like something like one of the security guys, obviously not you, but one of them was like, "All right, man, like you gotta like get out of here."
Someone who doesn't know you.
Yeah.
Bro, like, come on, man. Like, you're probably one of my friends, but
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah. It was just a
Then he
fucking
got a
mess.
little belligerent.
Yeah.
And word traveled fast, and it was pretty funny. And I remember,
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember telling him I was like, "You have to apologize to Philly." I like made him do it.
immediately,
Like,
I was like, "We're playing here. This is a bar we frequent."
yeah, we literally were like playing there that
Like,
same
come
week. We had a
on.
show there. It was like something so stupid.
For some reason, that night, that incident got to Gobo, and people were like, but they didn't know that it was Danny. They knew that it was Roman Ring, and they were like, "Dude, Roman Ring's out of control." And he's like, "What? He's like, the whole band?" He's like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Like Roman Reigns, they're going
Bill
nuts.
Face
He's like,
suplexing
"What?"
people
Yeah.
at the bar, just like random people,
No,
just
it's Danny.
fucking them up.
Yeah, it's definitely
it's
Danny.
always Danny.
So you said you had some non-alcoholic tricks in that bag of yours?
Yeah, I got some Coca-Cola.
Oh, do you really? Dude, I might partake in
I
something.
got some Canada Dry.
Oh,
So
dude,
what's,
pass me some Canada Dry if you have. Oh, thank you,
Still
dude.
kind of cold. You
So
want
what's
some
some of the crazier stories that you've been part of at Cobra?
bouncing? Oh,
Either
so
been a part of or at least heard of.
So the most brutal thing I ever saw in my entire fucking life, like the most violent shit I've ever seen.
I've seen one really bad thing.
So
but go on.
so you know, Fear City Skins.
No.
They're like the they're working class skinheads. They're not racist.
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah.
they
yeah.
got-
What are
you
they
know,
called? The
the-
God-loving skins?
the Fear City Skins.
Fear City.
So like
So
Dave, you
skinheads,
know Dave
but they're
Simon.
not.
yeah.
Yeah, he's part of that FCS
Oh.
dudes. Always respectful, always like, you know, rowdy dudes, but respectful, right? Like
Respectful, but they'll fuck you up.
and they're vehemently anti-racist, anti-Nazi, whatever, you know. Good guys to have around
Yeah.
at those kind of things. So they were having like a show with a bunch of the bands from that scene. I forgot the names of them. It was like one is actually called Fear City, and then there's like the Templars and a couple other like hardcore punk bands. But we had like 100 of these dudes at the club that night. Cool, man. Well, they're self-policing. It's almost like, wow, this will be an easy show because nobody's gonna mess around here. Like, this is,
Right.
you know, this is like a home away from home for them.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, like some Nazi punk crew guys, like with SS tattoos and swastikas on their necks. Like, I'm not saying like
I
Nazi,
think I remember hearing about
right?
this.
And I'm not
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
Nazi to be like, you know, I'm going to call them Nazis. No, like legitimate neo-Nazi
Mhm.
dickheads. And like they come walking up, and one of our door guys is like, "Nope, like no, dude." And it was
Yeah.
like, it was kind of like more like, "Fuck you," but also like, "No, you're gonna get murdered, so go."
Right.
Like,
You were going to cause a major scene.
but by the time he like tried to like, a bunch of guys were outside smoking,
Already
and they're
caught
like,
him,
they,
yeah.
they already knew it was like kill on sight. So it was
Oh,
like,
God.
so it started like 4 or 5 on 4, you know, like then it went into Fulton, like into Ashland. Somebody went inside, they stopped the music, and like 30 other Fear City dudes run out. And like, what do we do? You know, we're all, because like we have the talkies on, like the walkie-talkies on that night, and like everyone's like, everyone up to the front right now, like all security, all male staff, like even bartenders, all dudes. And our job was just to keep people in the venue, not even to get involved. And this is
Right.
like Sean McHugh is still, this is before he passed away.
Okay. Yeah.
He's out there, and this is all on the street. And it was like 35 on 4. And it was
Oh,
like the
no.
most brutal beatdown I've ever. It was like something out of a movie. Like I saw one guy get knocked out, hit his head on a fire hydrant,
Fuck.
He gets back up, gets knocked out again, hits his head on a car. Like dudes holding a dude down, kick him in the face with a steel toe boot. Like
Jesus fucking
like,
Christ.
Like, oh my God, like what? And then I looked at Sean, like, do you want me to call cops or something? Somebody's gonna die. He's like, they're Nazis. Fuck them. and I was like, you have a point, sir. Like, it's not on the property. None of the bar staff is involved.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and he's like, nobody go out there. Everybody stay on the property. Keep everybody inside. Like, run interference. Like, lock the doors if you
it's
have.
only going to get worse if you get more people.
So we try to
there.
keep everyone inside, but it was like, oh my God. And it was like, yeah, it was pretty like some.
That's intense.
There's like blood on the ground, teeth.
Whoa.
Oh, like, I mean, like buses like stopped temporarily to wait for people to clear out before they could. It was like in the street.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I do remember this.
On
now,
Ashland?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, dude.
Holy
and
shit.
this wasn't late. This was like 10 o'clock at night, like on like a Saturday.
God.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, that's intense. I do
Brutal.
remember hearing about that later.
But you know, that's the thing, like that I always loved about Cobra was everybody's like, well, a musician, even the ladies, like they're all like musicians. Everyone's like tough looking and like, you know, kind of like rough around the edges, but nobody's a piece of shit. Like, you know, like I said, like one person I think called Jerome the N-word under his breath. And one of our barbacks heard it and took him out like by his collar. And you know, like
a customer?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Somebody said something, or like one of the guys in the kitchen, Brandon, he might have said it about him, but it was like he said in plain ear, you know, everyone could hear it. He said something. And, you know, one of our guys, Matt, just took him out, took the trash out.
Right. Like,
you
get
know,
the fuck out. Yeah.
So it was always nice, dude. It was always like a nice place where I'm like, you know, people talk shit, but like everyone always kind of were on the right side of, you know, like it was always cool. But
That is cool.
That Nazi beat down. Oh my God, dude.
I forgot.
Holy shit.
That's
crazy.
scary.
It's like, I don't want to get involved. Like, dude, I want to get killed. I'm like a big doughy dude. Like, I'm good at diffusing. This is beyond.
How tall are you?
Too much.
With boots on, I'm like a little over 6'4".
Okay.
So, but yeah, I'm doughy. Whatever. Like, my greatest bouncer skill is just talking to people. But I mean, I'm big, so it helps. But like, just hey, man, that's a bad idea, man. Like,
stop that.
Let's go outside and have a conversation real quick.
I think,
oh, by the way, you can't come back in.
Yeah.
Well, you're already outside. And if you don't leave right now, you're trespassing. I'll call the police.
I think one of my
you
favorite,
tricked me. Yeah. So you're stupid. I had one guy on New Year's in Naperville. I was like, dude, it's like bars closed. You got to leave. Didn't want to leave.
What time were Naperville bars closing then? Because they close pretty early, I feel like.
Now is different. Back then, I think it was like 2 a.m. You know, like
okay, because now it's like midnight or something.
No, they
changed their liquor laws?
They cracked it. There was like a bunch of things that happened after I worked out there.
Well, it just gets pretty like lawless with those kids down there.
Well,
like
right.
See, didn't the
there's
last
a college
time,
right there too.
Dude,
Do
you remember when we had Marv on the show?
Yeah, you guys went out there.
We did go out there, me, Marv, and Max, and like we went to the Lantern and shit. And this must have been in like September or like November. It was in the winter or fall, but all it was were like very, 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 very non-threatening white college kids everywhere because North Central is right there. And it was just like, I just felt old. This was last year, so I felt old. I was like, this is dumb. And like, we were just kind of like, meh, whatever. Like, this place is kind of like not really in our wheelhouse.
Those non-threatening kids are the ones that drink one drink too many and throw a glass at somebody's face.
Really?
Yes.
Dumbass shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And those are always the...
I believe it.
So you know, but it's one of those things, like you wouldn't think it, but it's always the guy like that comes in and he's fine when he comes in and then he just has too much to drink and then like he starts like somebody starts shit with somebody just to do it and like so it's always the most unassuming guy who's the guy I'm taking out by the throat.
Okay.
It's never the dude that you see walk up, they're like, oh god, this guy looks like he's trouble. No. Those dudes like they just come in and they do their thing. Like big guys, never a problem. Big dudes covered in tattoos, never a problem. Like never. It's always like the guys that look like they just left their office job that are like about to like go full postal
Right,
in their
and
life.
this is where they're
And then,
letting
Like
loose.
falling down, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what it is. But it's like, and you know the people that like clearly have an outlet. Like you're a metal musician.
Yeah.
Like you're not angry because you channel that. Like, but it's the guys that like, you know, it's like American Psycho. It's like those dudes.
Right, yeah.
Right. And
It's either I beat the shit out of my wife or I go to the bar and beat the shit out of some guy.
no, there was I'm gonna pour a shot. You want a shot?
No, not at all.
Bitch.
Nope. That's fine.
I thought for a second, I was like, damn, am I about to see Bill Fay drink again for like the second time in my life tonight?
Second time in a row. Fine, don't. I don't care. Whatever.
Well, you drink with Rick,
You're
though,
my
on
friend.
your porch hangouts, right?
Yeah.
You guys taking shots?
Well, he doesn't have to go.
No,
No,
we're
we
not
never do
doing
shots.
shots.
Okay.
Fuck no.
We're
This is
drinking
actually
beer?
a coworker bought this for me as a
Oh,
going away
nice.
present. Yeah.
Nice.
It's like,
Jim
okay.
Beam, is this a special edition?
No,
or is it
it's just, you know, good old dirty trash Jim Beam, but like, I like
Little
it.
JB.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm drinking a ham, so like, come on.
All right.
Can't go too
Real question
classy.
for you, though. Who's your favorite Beam? I'm going to have to go with right off the bat.
Who's got the funniest, like antiquity-esque name?
Ooh, yeah. Is there a Buford in there?
Is there like a Buford?
There's a Colonel James.
There we go. I like the
Beam.
Colonel.
No Colonel.
Yeah.
Reminds me of chicken.
T. Jeremiah Beam.
Jeremiah.
Ooh, you know, I like
T. Jeremiah. His
I like,
first
I
name
like
is
the,
abbreviated.
I like the initial
Taylor.
before the name.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Then there's
southern.
Booker No.
Booker
Noe.
No.
He doesn't even have Beam as a last name.
He doesn't need that shit.
He was probably a
And Fred,
product
no,
of
the
cousin,
current-
of cousin
the current
fucking.
one.
He was probably the cousin fucking kid.
Right.
You know.
I think
Snuck in
Jacob
there.
looks the most like.
Jacob's
Well,
a
obviously
good
he's the
one.
oldest one, but yeah. Do you have a favorite Beam?
No.
Okay,
No,
I'm
no,
going
no.
with Jacob the
Red
OG.
Stag? No, that's terrible.
Did you remember that time? It was like, for some reason, Rory and Tom were both like, "We're helping you guys out at this show," and it was that Disentomb show we did at Reggie's, and it was like, do you remember that? And like,
No.
Tom and Rory came with us. Yeah, you'll remember this. You'll
Go
remember
on.
this story,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Wendy's story, and like, so essentially, like, I was with you in the van.
Surprise, motherfucker.
We had played that, like, I think Tom just really wanted to see Disentomb, probably
Yeah,
for
yeah.
free, which I don't blame you, Tom, if you're listening.
Totally understand.
'Cause
I
I
don't
would
think he
too.
listens to the show anymore.
I don't know if he does,
I don't
but
think so.
I know he likes Disentomb. But we were
Tom
all
O'Brien?
still,
Yeah.
yeah.
I talk a lot of shit about him on this show, and he's never gotten back to me about it. So.
but oh yeah, maybe. But yeah, so like him and Rory were like, and you were like, yeah, so Rory and Tom are coming with us, and like. I was just like, okay, like
Did
they
I
had
sound
never
that
done that
reluctant?
before. Like it sounded, yeah, you made it sound like this isn't a thing that really happens anymore, but it's happening tonight. So like, just be alert.
Just get ready.
And I remember we all went because
Bash
we were
Brothers are
obviously
out.
we were still at the music garage,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like they helped us like load it up. I mean, they were both hammered by the time like, and this was so
Naturally. Tom O'Brien.
Tom's yeah
And
Tom's
Rory, yeah.
Tom's girlfriend was already in the she was already in the Virgin Islands,
Yeah, yeah.
and Tom was staying with her mom.
Oh, this is like right when she moved.
Nuke the
Yeah.
whales. Fuck the
Yeah.
squirrels. Nuke the
Oh, yeah.
whales.
I think this was also
She's gonna be here next weekend.
like a last hurrah for Tom kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
So like him, Danny, and Rory just got like smashed that night. I
That is
remember.
the trifecta of stupidity.
And
right
I
there.
must have been living in like Melrose Park because you were giving me a ride home,
Yeah,
and
at that
like
time, yeah.
so I was going back with you in the van, and you had Tom and Rory,
You
and
get
like
to, you get to peek into my world. a little
yeah,
bit.
and I was just
Yeah.
like I was so hungry. I was like, "Yo, can we please stop at the Wendy's on like Madison and Harlem?" And you were like, "Yeah, why
Bro,
not?"
where's the beef?
Fuck yeah.
And like Tom kept going back and forth if he was gonna get something or not. And like finally he did, because and then I was like,
I
I
know
like
exactly
did
what
he was
you're
like
talking
really
about.
he was really thinking about it. And I was like, I looked back at him, I'm like, Tom, like, why is this such a hard decision for you? And then he tells
Existential crisis
he's
at
like,
Wendy's.
He's like, watch. He's like, because you know what's gonna happen.
Is
He's
that
like,
a capsize song?
Yeah, it should have been.
he was just like, watch, because you know
remember
what's
this.
gonna happen. He's like, we're gonna go back and what's his girlfriend's name? I can't remember.
Alex.
Alex,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
He's like, Alex's mom, I guarantee, and it was like late. This was like 2 or 3 in the morning.
close to 3
and
in
I
the
had
morning.
work the next day at
Yeah.
Triton. And I remember like, because I had to be at work at like 9 the next day. So I was, which isn't like the earliest, but still I was like,
Right.
fuck, I'm going to get like 4 hours of sleep. whatever, typical weeknight, you play a show on a Wednesday or a Tuesday. And then Tom was like, Alex's mom is still going to be up. And I'm like, really? I was like, no way. I was like, this late, dude? Like,
she's a fucking owl.
Yeah. And he was just like, yeah. And then she's just going to ask me about 17 questions. And he was like, wait a minute. He was like, but these pants have pockets. He's like, all right, I'll take like a double stack. So like, it was like, we like drove him back.
What a drunk fuck. Oh.
We drove him back and we're literally pulling up to the apartment.
Slammed one burger.
Yeah. And he put the other one like in his pocket.
I'll never like get that visual out of my head of him trying to jam this cheeseburger into his pocket. And I think he had a beer on him too.
Yeah, it was a beer because we had like a 30 rack in the van.
Yeah, so
he had a beer in one.
Put all the stuff in his pockets.
And like we pull up to the house and sure enough, like there's a light on the porch and it's one of those open porches so you could kind of see inside the living room.
So you can
and she's
see
sitting there reading a book, like it's clear as day.
All
and
the
like,
lights on inside.
Just like the expression.
She's just sitting up.
Yeah,
just
the
reading.
expression on Tom's face, just like he's ready to cry. What happened? Didn't he like fall asleep with the burger in his pocket?
Yeah,
because he like
really
he woke up the next morning. And was like, what
did he eat it though?
Yeah,
did he eat it? He probably. I would have eaten it.
Yeah.
Come on, I mean, I would drink it and stuff.
No,
I probably would eat it.
I was telling Jason earlier one time when I showed up to Cobra with Rory and Tom, who were already like blitz out of their fucking mind, and we were hanging out kind of late. And you're like, oh no, it's cool. Like you guys are fine. We're like, all right. And it's like maybe 10 minutes into this like awesome bonus hour, and you and me are talking. And like right to the side of us, you just see Tom flop right off his seat, and Rory's like, "He's fine, he's fine." And you're like, everybody saw that, so he's gonna have to go. And I was like, "Yeah."
Wait, I was working.
Yeah, you were working. Ooh, this is our Tom segment.
One time, I love you, Tom. Miss you, bro. I remember we had like a party at my parents' house, like maybe 13 years ago, and like Tom and I were the last two guys standing. And
you guys were trying to drink as many beers as possible.
We were, and I think we tapped out. We each had like 23 on the night. Oh my
god!
And we finished. The last beer we each had was a Guinness. Now my parents were like out of town, whatever, and he was too drunk. So I'm like, dude, there's a fold out couch, like whatever.
Yeah, we crashed at your place.
And then so I mean, I woke up at like 3 p.m, dude, and Tom's still face down, like fans are going, whatever. And then like I was like, what is that smell? Like Tom was farting all night long, like just venting, violent. Just like secreting gas,
Ew.
right?
Like
so like my folks were coming back that night, so I got like the cans of Lysol out. I'm like spraying it, and I'm like got the fans on, the windows open. And I'm spraying out. Like this shit's like in the paint. This is like Indian food extreme. Like it's like in, and like I'm like, all right, cool. I've like sprayed like 4 cans of Lysol. It's got to be better. My dad walks in the back door. Fucking smells like shit in here.
Your dad says that.
Yeah, he doesn't even know. Fucking Tom just annihilated, dude. He just fucking.
Was Tom gone at that point?
Yeah, he was long gone.
Yeah.
This shit was like in the paint, dude. This is like
wow.
Oh
just
god.
Lingered. Yeah.
I don't know what he ate.
Pay for that?
I don't know. No, I paid for it. Like with the berating from my parents.
Did they give you a berating?
In this house?
Like it smells like shit in here. Like what the fuck? Like,
did you just say you took a poo?
Well, I always tell them like I'd have people over. Like, heads up, it was always respectful. But I would like mop the floors after because people spill drink. Whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
I couldn't get the shit smell from Tom out of the house. It was the only thing.
You tried your hardest.
I tried my hardest, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't have the tools I needed.
You need like medical grade,
dude. I need like military grade. Tom's Colin, dude. I don't know what I don't know. I mean. I'm Irish. He's Irish. I like. What did you eat? Like corned beef hash and like cabbage. Like what did you do? Like it must have been that Guinness that ignited his.
That's what I'm saying, dude. You got that
dude.
Heavy, thick beer, that molasses. Like I love Guinness though, man.
Good stuff.
Oh yeah, Tom. I miss Tom. Tom was always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Always a good time with that.
Always a good time. Oh, and he showed us some of the. We were talking before about like non-metal music. He was that guy who would always bring in like. He showed me As Tall as Lions for the first time, right? And like, Tom's like in like capsize. You guys are playing like like Pelican style, like it's just crazy noise, right. Like, and then he shows me like this, like the softest softcore music ever. Like, it's fucking brilliant. I'm like, oh my god,
yeah. Tom's got a good ear for a lot of cool music.
He really does, man. Yeah. Like, and he would be the guy who like, it's kind of lame. Fuck that. Like. And, you know, I always like bands like Seven Dust. He's like, no, dude, I fucking love Seven Dust.
No, he gets it.
like,
Tom likes Seven Dust? Really?
He gets it. Yeah.
Max likes.
I was,
Max,
I
my
was
guitar player,
afraid.
loves
You know, I
Seven
was
Dust.
always afraid a guy like Tom would be like, no, it's fucking lame. It's fucking gay. Like, nah, you know.
You know what's funny? Seven Dust specifically, I feel like it's the pass from so many like cred metal guys. Like
They're a band's band.
yeah,
They
and
never-
they're great.
Right, and they never ascended. And it's like the big thing they always talk about in music, like in the scene, is like why didn't they like they launched so many bands' careers,
So many,
so many guys that have these like stellar careers still look up. Like tour story, we were playing in Memphis on Beale Street at the New Daisy Theater, and Zach Myers from Shinedown lives in Memphis. And he pulled his car up, and he's got his own American PRS series at this point. And Shinedown's like an arena man, always looked up to Seven Dust. So this is like load in, sound check, and Zach Myers brings like a $5,000 triple pickup guitar, and like, you know, it's like a sparkly paint, you know, whatever for his thing. And I was like, I was a fly on the wall, and he's like, Clint, you know, like I want you to have this. Like I look up to you so hard, like. My whole career, like, you know, we're not worthy kind of thing. And Clint's just like, what do I like? Huh? You know, and like this band that's like massive is
right, giant band.
And then Zach Myers took all of Seven Dust to his mom's house for home cooked like barbecue.
That's awesome.
You know, like pile in the car, guys. We're going to get food. Like,
yeah, fuck yeah.
But no, I mean they've always been that band. Like, you know, like. The guys at Disturbed will always go to their shows here in Chicago, and their career was launched with seven, you know, it's just crazy, you know, and they're still good guys after all the ups and downs. Like I was saying before, like
that band has been fucked over so many times.
Right. They've gone through so many things, and they, you know, and they're all such different people. Like, and they're, you know, like Clint's sober. Like there's some guys that still party hardy. And then some guys that are completely sober, you know, like John does like triathlons now. Like Vinny drinks vodka by the cup full. Like, you know, it's like, I remember told him, I was like, I'm that guy in the crowd who drunkenly yells Terminator. And he's like, I'm that drunk guy on stage who forgot how to play Terminator. Like,
that's awesome.
No, they were, I mean, but I digress. But yeah, no, just one of those bands that like, they never got huge, but they still had a 25-year career. And how many bands can you say that about? That
they're still going. Didn't they release a new single recently?
They just covered Soundgarden.
Oh, okay.
The Day I Try to Live. It's actually pretty fucking good. I hate covers. I hate covers. It's actually really good. Like, you know, one of my favorite bands covering one of my other favorite bands. Like, God, if that sucked, I would have been so mad.
Crushed.
God, I would have been crushed. Like, oh, like
fuck.
I never liked Audio Slave. Sorry.
That's all right.
But I like Rage and I love Soundgarden, and I just never liked that mashup. I just thought it
was a weird one, man.
It wasn't bad, but I just didn't feel like connected to it. Like,
the vibe wasn't there.
Right?
Yeah,
like it just But yeah, I don't know. Tom.
Tommy O.
No. So all right, cool. You flag things when I say them out of my ignorant mouth. Okay.
Yeah.
What else do you want me to say that's ignorant that you can edit around? I got a lot of stuff in my brain banana.
Yo, brain banana.
Maybe I should smoke weed.
No,
probably not. Probably bad idea, right?
You're doing good with the JB.
You're crushing it, man.
Well, I opened it yesterday.
Okay.
Shared it a little bit. Not a lot of it.
Okay, so my guitar player Max, who I don't know if you've ever met him, but
I met both of your guitar players at Healy's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it must have been Max.
Yeah, you guys came in.
And
Like, you guys like, I think it was the thing you were talking about earlier. Like you guys like rolled crew deep to Bill's birthday. And I was like, you guys look weird. You're probably my friends.
Yeah. And I remember because like I told Max, I was like, Max, you got to meet Rick. Like his band toured with, like Max is like a huge Seven Dust fan. Like he loves that band. And I've learned to like them through. I never really listened to them before, but then like he'll have them on in the van. I'm like, oh, this song is like really sick. And then like there was a couple songs where I'm like, oh, what Soilwork song is this? He's like, dude, it's not Soilwork, it's Seven Dust. And I'm like, oh shit.
Well,
but
yeah, no, man, it's like there was a thing with Matt Halpern where he was like talking about bands that the Periphery like were into, and he talked about like Morgan Rose and Seven Dust, and he's like, they're like, when you look at like not to like use the overused like gent phrase, but like a lot of like that style of progressive metal is very rhythm guitar oriented, rhythm and drums like locked in, like. And then he said what I always said was like, like drummers like Morgan Rose, like that's who I looked up to. And some of those records, some of those songs, like they'd always have like those riffs that were like, oh, like the rhythm is just like nasty, like God, like there it is, like. And Morgan would always do some weird thing that like was not conventional. And he even got ripped on. Like he even told me this. Morgan told me himself that like certain producers, like, why are you throwing that stroke in there? Well, because nobody else is doing it. So he would like throw in like weird, like off hit snare, cracks and this and that. And then validated by, Matt Halpern years later, just like, he's like, he's like, no, like some of those riffs were like, could have been Periphery riffs, like Tits on a Boar, like that breakdown in that one song. Like that's pretty like locked in. That's pretty like progressive, but but then they get lumped into the nu metal thing, but they were,
which is really weird. But I don't hear it a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they were a nu metal band. They were like,
they just broke at that time.
Yeah.
Cause we were talking about including them on a nu metal episode and we were all like, oh, is it really nu metal? Like,
well, it's like, is Alice in Chains grunge? I would argue no. I think they're a metal band.
Right.
Yeah, me too.
Rock, like heavy.
But they were always like a metal band. Like they were like friends with Metallica. Like Metallica wasn't a grunge band. Like like Soundgarden was. I mean,
and Chino and like all the Deftones guys are friends with what's his face, Jerry Cantrell. Didn't they do
he did like a solo?
Yeah, on the last Deftones album. Record. Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, I mean, and that's one of the things that I love about music is like when you hear about like all of the offstage relationships those bands like Deftones and Weezer.
Are
like
they friends?
Huge friend. Oh,
really?
Dude, they used to like rehearse in the same building and like Deftones covers "Say It Ain't So" like a whole bunch. Like there's a video.
I used to have bootlegs of that song. It was awesome.
There's a video of Deftones covering "Say It Ain't So" with Haley Williams from Paramore singing.
Whoa!
Like,
what was Chino doing? Just playing guitar?
Like they're trading off parts.
Okay.
I think they did another song with her. They did "Passenger" and she sang all of Maynard's parts.
Yeah.
Like that's fucking cool. Like you never realize like that like tree of life, like the influence tree, like it's always...
I just bought a copy of White Pony the other day.
Nice.
Yeah. It was like $6 for the CD. So I was like, all right, nice. Yeah.
You know who's got a giant physical CD collection is this dude.
Yeah. Where is
it? The biggest book of records ever.
I just found them.
Really?
Yeah. I should just bring them here. Not like I'm using them.
Yeah, you should bring him here.
Dude, I remember hanging out with Bill for the first time. I was like 17 or 18 at your parents' house, and you had like the book of every CD ever that I wanted to listen to. Just check this shit out. I got another one in the closet.
Yeah. That's all I spend my money on. Yeah.
Same. I still spend a lot of money on CDs.
I don't so much anymore.
Yeah.
I remember when we would jam, we'd take a break. You guys would play like NBA fucking jams or something upstairs.
Sounds about right.
And then practice would just end and devolve into video games.
Yeah.
And then the internet happened and it turned into us watching dumb internet videos and that was our practice.
Always.
Or, Al would show us the weirder parts of the internet and that would really.
Oh, right. No, lizard people. All that crazy shit.
What was that? You're the Man Now, dog?
Oh, yeah.
It's a
YTMND?
Yep.
That website?
Yeah.
I think it still exists.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. That was a
Al.
Wait, the Sean Connery phrase? Is a website
from that fucking movie? Yeah.
Dude, see, I'm. You want another? You want a refill?
No, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Want to re-up on that ginger?
I got some Coca-Colas. I brought snacks.
I'm good. I'm all good.
I'm a courteous guest. I brought snacks.
You are, man. I appreciate it.
When we toured, sometimes at radio stations, we'd bring in pizzas and a 30 case of beer. I would just be like, like a little birdie told me that you like pizza and beer.
Yeah.
We just make it up. We would bring it. It'd be like 8 o'clock in the morning. Here you go. Like,
Hell yeah.
one guy's like, yeah, I got a DUI last month. Like, the radio station doesn't want me drinking at any events. Like, so can I drink in the corner? Like ripping shots on like a Clear Channel station in El Paso one night. Just like I spilled it all over the table. Whoops. Like, yeah.
Sorry about that.
So sorry. Yeah. Yeah. You know, being a fucking idiot around the country, you know.
The joy of being a musician.
Or the other thing I tell people about touring is pissing across America, and you just pee in the weirdest places.
Yeah.
Middle of the street, Manhattan, like Lower Manhattan. You gotta go, man. Whatever. I'm like circus folk, basically. You know.
Yeah.
Brushing your teeth, like in the business district, while like people are going to work because you just woke up in the van and you're like swishing your mouth out with a bottle of water. Like, all these people in suits.
Watch where you're stepping.
Book you, like, yeah. Good times, man.
Hell yeah.
What else you want to have me talk shit about?
Yeah, dude. I mean, that is fun doing that shit, like in the middle of nowhere or in like the middle of the busiest areas, you know?
Just fuck you. I'm never coming back to this city for like 6 months, maybe.
None
like,
of these people are ever going to remember you.
and then they do, and you're like, oh shit. Dude, you know, it's crazy. There was a bar in Des Moines that I went to when I was working with Janice for a little bit. And like, we set up all the gear. They did like the sound check. I was like doing crew work. But we had hours to kill, so I'm like, let's like go find like a dive bar, you know. And there's all these nightclubs. I'm like, nah, dude, let's like go give me a place where I can drink like a $2 beer and no one will bother us. So we find this bar that's got like a no guns allowed sign thing on the door, like, you know, and cool, this is the place.
Yeah.
We go in, get a bucket. It's me and Anthony and Mike Taransky. And we're like, cool, man. It's low key, whatever. And then start looking around at the literature that's on the wall. And it's like, you know, firefighters catalogs, like the shirtless ones, and like dudes eating huge hoagies. And like, you know, I bumped into a guy in the bathroom. He was very polite, you know. Oh, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, these people here are really nice.
We're so friendly.
Very friendly. And get back. And then we start looking, and there's a pamphlet for the Iowa Gay Rodeo. It's more than just a rodeo. And it's like this buff dude, like riding like a bison.
Hell yeah.
You know, I'm like, guys, I think we're at a gay bar. I look around and like, it's just a bunch of middle-aged men, like sipping beers with their arms around each other, just hanging out. Like, you know, I mean, it was like one of those things, like, cause you know, we're not like, you know, it wasn't like a weird thing. It was just like, well, cool. And then Mike like starts opening up his shirt. Maybe we get free drinks. Like, you want to stay or go? No, let's get more beers. Well, just in the news,
beer's cheap.
During the riots, that bar was providing first aid and hydration for protesters.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
You know?
Yeah.
And I saw this article. I'm like, wait a second. I was like, and I Google Maps, like, that's the fucking, it was the Blazing Saddle.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know what it was called.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then they got raided by cops. And I was like, you know, it was
really?
like, you know, all the stuff going on. I'm like, I was there once. They were super awesome. You want to stay at the gay bar for another couple of like drinks? Fuck yeah, dude. Everyone's really friendly here. Like, and that was part of the conversation we were having the other day about like who cares? Like,
yeah, right.
About being gay. Like, who gives a fuck? How does it affect your life?
I just don't
like,
get that, how people get so bent out of shape about something like that. It's like, dude,
are they nice or are they assholes? Like,
yeah.
Cool. I don't care what you do or what you look like. Just, are you cool or are you a dickhead? Like,
right.
That's it.
Really what it should boil down to.
But it was like my weird like gay bar story. It could have been cooler. I wasn't drunk enough. Things kind of probably could have happened. Well, you know, it's like, look, I mean, who knows? Sexuality is on a continuum. This get kind of weird right now. I'm not gay, dude. I'm not gay, but like maybe someday I'll suck a dick. Who knows? I don't know. I can't read the future. And like I've been hit on. I'm like a bear. I've been hit on before by dudes, and I'm actually flattered. I'm like, thank you. Like at least somebody thinks
somebody appreciates
I'm bad.
Right? That is
like, you know, it's like I was like, yeah. Dude, you know what, man? I don't think I'm gay, but who knows? Who knows what'll happen? Maybe someday I'll suck a dick. I don't know.
Yeah.
Going on.
Yeah. It's like sushi, man. You know?
Well, yeah. I mean, like, so
how do you know unless you tried it?
But that's my thing, you know, because I'm pretty open minded. I mean, I'm not there. Right?
Right.
I'm not there yet, dude. I don't know. Like, I don't foresee it anytime soon. But you never know.
True.
cataclysmic events could happen in my brain. And
They can.
who knows? Fuck it. Like,
He's a back nine, gay, whatever.
so yeah, cool, man.
Did you ever go to the
This is going off the rails.
No,
Sorry.
you're fine. Did you ever go to the one gay bar in Forest Park? It, like,
What's
It's
it
not
called? The
there
Savage
anymore,
Brew?
right?
no, I wish. No, it was.
Wasn't it called like
It was something
Woodpecker or something or
stupid. Hardwood.
Hardwood?
There were no windows.
No, there was.
No,
it was
I-
Chalk. Remember Chalk?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was Murphy's before that, and now it's something else.
Yeah, I know. It hasn't been Hardwood for a while, right?
No, it
Hardwood.
switched back to Chalk. Then that failed, and now it's something else.
Is
just
Chalk
noticed
still
it
a
the other
place?
I
day.
always loved the sense
The
of
bar's
humor.
still there, but it's not called Chalk. It's called
Okay.
something else. But that was funny because I remember it because we had gay bars in Forest Park, forever. We had the Hideaway on Roosevelt, and then there was the Nutbush on
The Hideaway,
Harlem.
that was the one.
That was the big
Well,
one.
I remember the Nutbush.
Yeah, the Nutbush is right over by Harlem. The Hideaway was like a more popular one, and like a lot of people went to that one. But then both of them shut down. Probably like
And the Nutbush is like a Pet Boys now.
yeah.
Oh, dude, it's like Double Door is now a Yeti store.
Yeah, right.
Like,
It's
Oh, is it really?
Oh, dude, bunch of Karens with their spawnlings
Yeah.
going to buy expensive cups. Dude, it's like this is like where I got blackout drunk and did horrible, like questionable things through like most of my 20s. The first time I ever played there was with you,
my first show with you,
and I was 18.
What band?
breaking through.
Yeah,
Wow.
we formed that summer, and like we played at Double Door. I was 18, and I was like, "This is cool, man." Rolling Stones played here, like sweet. Now it's a fucking Yeti store. Remember
That's
that time I almost
crazy.
got kicked out for smuggling in Jameson, and the guy caught me. He's like, "What are you drinking?" I'm like, "Apple juice." He's like, "Give me that bottle."
What? Wait, what?
Yeah, we were like, I think it was with you.
What show?
I don't know, a Double Door show. They all, dude. Everything
go to too many
melts
shows.
together now. Like,
Yeah.
remember that time we played in what was
Nope.
it, DeKalb, and we were throwing beer bottles at a freight train?
Yeah,
Sick.
Yeah, that was
A
fun.
moving freight train?
That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
It was totally cool, bro.
Hell yeah.
3 in the morning.
But see, that's like what I
you and
can't
Steve
even. Yeah.
giggling like little girls.
You want to cause some general havoc, some property damage, bro?
Yeah.
God, I was
dude.
such an idiot. I still am an idiot. I'm just a more tired idiot. Like,
Yeah.
I'm too tired to do that stuff. I mean, I'll do
Let's
it.
think about it.
I'll do it. Let's finish this bottle. I'll go throw a butt sausage at a train, man. Fuck it.
Where's the nearest train?
I did that once. Well, Zeus
I got
did
a
it.
question for you. Do you?
No. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Do you try? Do you like? Now that like, I mean, you haven't been in a band for a while now, right?
The last 2 years, I haven't. The last gig I played was like December of 2017.
What was
Okay.
that?
That was at Bada Brew.
Oof.
What?
Bada Brew.
What band?
R.I.P.
Sky Machine.
Really?
Yeah, Jordan quit that night.
No shit.
I mean, like, no, I mean, I'm not talking shit or anything. It was just he was in a place and he wasn't feeling it, and we got off stage. He just told me like, "I'm done, dude." I was like, okay, I get it. Like, when you get to that point where you're just like, I'm not having fun anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I've been there before. Like, I get it. But yeah, that was like the December. I didn't think it would go out Bada Brew though.
That's
I was
rough.
hoping for like a higher lift
Capsize
point,
last show is at Bada Brew.
the destroyer of bands.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
must be. Shit.
Or like Penny Road Pub, the great equalizer.
Painter Pube.
I've never played a show about a brew.
Bro,
Thank heavens.
I had some great times at Bada Brew.
Carnival played at the basement of Penny Road Pub once.
Really?
in
You
front of,
saw
like-
them there?
I didn't go to the show. I had
Oh.
friends that were there. They played at the basement
Wow.
with the
I played
PA
at the
going, yeah, in front of like 10 people. They played
Whoa.
at Carnival played at Lot 4 on Harlem.
What
and-
album were they touring on?
Jesus.
This was Sound Awake.
Whoa.
I'm
really?
not even, dude. This is a tour cycle where they would play in front of 10,000 people in like India,
Yeah.
and they play the US in front of no one because somehow, because the business is separated by continent usually,
Yeah.
and like their US business was just bullshit. So like they
Shit,
played
yeah.
in front of nobody at Lot 4.
Are they still a band?
They still are. I'm waiting for the follow up. It's been 7 years.
Didn't they do a follow-up record to Sound Awake?
They did in 2013.
Oh, yeah.
They did. It was Asymmetry.
And that's the record that's the newest one?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a long time. But yeah, dude, just And they would like get to the point of like getting into fistfights for what I heard, like just in a van. Like, I fucking hate you, you fucking cunt. Like one of the like. I look up to you guys. Oh my god, so much. Like,
so you listen to some new. I mean, not that Carnival is necessarily a newer band, but you're open to listening to new music.
Bro, I mean, you're a musician. You listen to everything.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I feel like, and Bill's one of my best friends, and Bill's like remember Code 7?
Hell yeah.
Like, so like he's introduced me to so much. Like, I'm a huge Death Cab for Cutie fan.
Oh,
believe it or not. I think Ben Gibbard is like one of the best American songwriters of like the last 25 years. I really do. I mean, I'm not just saying that. I think so. So yeah, I mean, and you need the constant input. It's like of new information. You know, it's your brain. Your brain needs new stimulus, new information. Like, again, like you guys are, I've read the reviews of the Warforged stuff. Like they're all glowing, and that's because I think you're in a band of open-minded dudes where like the art that you make is also a compilation of all the influences that you take into that big sausage grinder of inspiration. Like, because you've heard bands that sound uninspired.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You know, when somebody's phoning it in for a regular, like every track is skippable. Oh God, that just sounds like meh. So yeah, I show me things, you know, like I always tell my friends, like Anthony out in North Carolina, like he's another guy that will be like, check this band out. Like, have you heard that band Moontooth? Have you
heard of the name?
Have you listened?
You've seen them with me, you motherfucker.
Yeah, they've been on tour with like Periphery and stuff.
Yeah, they were doing like they were that band that was like on every fucking. I've seen Moontooth. Oh wait, no, I'm getting confused with Tooth Grinder or Moontooth. Moontooth. That's you might have not seen them with me. Moontooth is a band that Nate and John are friends with from Immortal Bird. Yeah, those guys. Eddie likes them and shit. Yeah, those guys are like crazy talented.
It's really good shit.
Yeah,
it's like it's like one of like, so when we leave here, check it out.
Good luck, man. That's why I asked you this question, because Bill is like the harbinger of not listening to new music.
No, he'll listen to me.
No. Okay.
No, he will.
We'll see, man.
He says no.
I have to listen to
I got a waterboard of maybe.
I have to listen to these albums for the show. That's
you'll enjoy it because so here's the thing. My estimation of Moontooth was there you can tell the Incubus influence, but like the old school Incubus, like Science.
Right,
like
definitely.
You can hear it in some of the vocalists, like you hear more in the vocals than in the music, but like it's good. It's really good. Like it's atypical. It's not really metal, but it's low tuned, but it's vocally driven. It's melodic, you know, it's like enjoyable, like, you know, to drive to, like, it's cool. Like it's one of those things where
they are sick.
Right. It's like, you know, and you hear like so many bands parroting what other bands do. And then, you know, like everybody's trying to play an extended range instrument, which is cool. More power to them. But like, I feel like it's like, and every scene has that. It's like an arms race, right? Not to be like, you know, not to use the Fall Out Boy reference, but that's what it is. It's just like, how can we make it more brutal and drop Z and ridiculous and stupid? Like, I mean, that's why, like, we talked about the Acacia Strain the other day, that like, well, they realize that every kid with a laptop is doing that. So like, let's just focus on making the music. It doesn't matter like how.
Dude, have you heard their new shit that they've been doing?
Yeah, it's
so sick.
I mean, I was a fan ever since The Dead Walk. Like,
okay,
that was like our
was
get drunk in the back of Bill's van. Like,
listen to that album a lot.
Well, that was at the time. Like,
even Tony loves that.
Yeah, it's so ignorant and heavy and just like fun. Like it's fun, stupid. Like I had friends that looked at me like, "What are you listening? This is terrible."
Is
like, no, you don't get it. It's supposed to be terrible. Like that's the point. Like it's supposed to be like. You know, so
just
like,
aggressive.
So there's an appreciation there. Like, again, one of my favorite bands, Circus Survive. Like, love that band.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like the exact opposite of the Acacia Strain.
But there's so many like death metal dudes. Like,
yeah, I love Circus Survive.
I went to see Thrice is probably one of my favorite bands right now. The last 2 records they've done, so fucking good.
Really,
so good.
Dude, I keep forgetting they're a band again,
dude.
I like Thrice.
So good. Like, if you haven't listened to the last 2 albums,
I'll check them out.
Do it.
Yeah,
It's not what we
won't look at it.
It's not what we experienced
Rick, there's no way. There's no way this is going to happen. Look at him.
All right, well, you do it.
I will. I'll check it out.
So Thrice toured.
He's not the problem.
Thrice toured with Circus Survive, and they came through like Aragon or whatever. So I'm there with Daniel, and like another band that he recorded, because we're all friends through music now. And we're all like double fisting at Aragon, watching, where Circus Survive's up next, some the bullshit opening bands, and then we're like screaming Circus Survive like lyrics like while they're playing. And then we hear a bunch of other fucking drunk idiots screaming Circus Survive, and we're near the sound booth. And it's like Cameron and all the rest of the Boo Dudes.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
As shit-faced as us, just in a little pocket by the sound booth where it sounds the best, just screaming Circus Survive lyrics. I'm like, I know you dudes. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like, and so it's one of those things, like, and I've seen, like, like when Circa was on Sumerian, I saw them play it. Like,
how wild is that?
That's
man?
crazy. I didn't know that. What the fuck?
They were for a record,
really?
at least. Yeah.
They were for when I visited the Sumerian office to see Mike. This was like right after I saw them play at Dirty Nelly's, and we're at the bar afterwards, and like Mark Akubo's there, and like, because
he's a sweet dude.
Yeah, and all those dudes are fans of like music that's so far outside of what they play.
Right.
And like, I remember I bought the tour hoodie. And then I went out to LA to visit, Daniel and Mike, what are you doing? I went to the Sumerian office wearing a circus, like,
oh, yeah.
It was a big hit, all the A&R kids,
yeah.
like all the interns, like, oh yeah. And, Mike's like, you want the vinyl? It's like, fuck yeah, I'll take the vinyl.
That's
and
awesome.
he's like, oh, I'll ship you some more. So I got like all the vinyl of everything they had out. And,
wow.
And then we went out for tacos. I pooped in the Sumerian toilet, bro. I did.
Nice.
I did do it.
Hell
I
yeah.
had to. I had burrito poop. I had to.
Do what you gotta do.
Burrito poop. Hell yeah.
I used the intern toilet. I was like, I'm gonna stick this up real quick.
Dude, even Nate he's a big circus, or I know he likes Juturna. That's the first record,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I know he loves that
Great album.
You like that album
Yeah.
too? Dude, I feel like I respect
even like
Circus
the
Survive a lot.
follow-up,
I
too.
never could get into him though. I feel like there's something about it I just never understood. That's a band I should go back to.
It could be, the other thing too, though, is sometimes like, it's the timing when you hear a band. So like, like when the album comes out, the point you're at in your life, like imprints onto it. And,
for sure.
And that's the thing. And we're a little bit older than you. So
Sure.
maybe it's like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
it came out, like, cause when Juturna came out, it was like 2005. It's like freshman college, sophomore college, and then, On Letting Go was like 2006. So like, it was still, college, your whole life is in flux. And
Did you go to that show when they did that record front to back?
oh, dude, I went to Juturna and then I went to On Letting Go. Blue Sky Noise has been canceled because of the pandemic. That was supposed to be.
Is that their third record?
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Really?
I think that's my favorite record. It's more like, there's more rock to it, but at first I hated it because you know how like On Letting Go is super ambient, super swimmy.
That's like the big one I see from a lot of people.
Right. But I think Blue Sky Noise was like, it's my favorite. It's the one I've listened to the most, and it's got the most like actual like, oh, he's playing distorted guitar. Like it's not like layered and delay, and
dude, isn't it so sick when you discover a band that like every record is almost like every record is sick, just about, and then it's like you have arguments about which one is the sickest, and they're all like the good ones are all really sick.
Well, it's like 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
Like Trent Reznor has never put out a bad release. Some that I like more than others for different reasons, but then you talk to other 9 Inch Nails fans that have the complete opposite perspective.
Like, no, these albums,
right? And
everybody's
and you know what
different.
the thing is too is that like my favorite, I think, album of all time is The Fragile. Of all bands and of all genres is The Fragile, specifically the left disc. I think that it's epic. It's a masterpiece. Like I think it's Trent's Mona Lisa. It's like, it's his Sistine Chapel work. But everything he's done since still has these like really poignant, redeeming moments where you're like, oh my God, like this guy still has it. Like,
oh yeah.
And you might not be into the aesthetic he's setting up for something, but then you hear the one track and there's a moment where you're like, oh dude, like you just pulverized me. Like, and he still does it. Like every release, like he still has those moments of pure genius. And I'm like, incredible. I almost almost followed him on the stage at Riot Fest the other year. I wore my Cobra Lounge shirt, and I was with Double. Double, if you're listening. And we just kept saying bar ops, and you get everywhere you want without your credentials because Cobra Lounge, bar ops. So we told like the 21-year-old who was like working by like the artist trailers, like bar ops. And we like fucking Trent Reznor walks right in front of me.
Whoa. Did they play Riot Fest, Nine Inch Nails?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And then like, we're like, let's fucking follow him. So like we follow Nine Inch Nails up to the stage and we're there for like the first song before their private security's like, you can't be here.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Like,
stage.
Totally worth it. I would totally get punched in the face for this. This is awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I got close enough to Trent to smell Trent.
That's awesome.
That's
Smell
sick,
good.
dude.
Smell good.
I love that band, man. I've actually been listening to the Year Zero, that record, a lot recently. Love it. Yeah.
They almost made a mini series on HBO based off of the theme of that record.
Yeah, the concept.
And I guess
What?
I don't know, it got paused. Yeah, it was supposed to be like a post-apocalyptic.
so
Yeah,
cool.
it's a weird ass concept. It's sick though.
But that record too, like there are so many awesome moments on it. Like even in the deep cuts, you're like, God damn, like this is so good. Like, you know, I remember seeing Nine Inch Nails. I was 18. That's when I went to Illinois State, and like I bought a ticket. Nobody else wanted to go with me. So like I came back from school and, you know, borrowed my parents' car, drove out to Allstate. I just like went into the crowd on the bottom, and dude, it was like a religious experience for me. It was so good. And I felt like I'm alone in a crowd of 20,000 people, but I felt like connected, you know. It was like I literally, no homo here. I cried like during the song, Right Where It Belongs. They put down like a screen in front and they played the thing like of like just the juxtaposition of the veneer of the world and then like how brutal the world. It's like, oh my God, you know, I'm just there like weeping.
Yeah,
it was
man.
Great. It was like, dude, like best concert experience of my entire life.
Dude, the last time I saw the Contortionists, I cried for sure.
That's another band I've been listening to a lot.
They're awesome,
like
dude.
Especially like because I knew about them years ago.
Yeah.
They kind of changed for the last two records, like, and then the EP they just did, so good.
Yeah, great.
Early Grave and Bones and all that. Yeah, oh, so good.
Yeah, that shit came out when we were on tour last year, and I listened to it like every day.
They're kind of filling my like kind of carnival void.
Really?
Because it's kind of got like a really cool aesthetic. Like it's very like textural, you know? Like,
yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's progressive, but it's not metal. Like, Carnival is not metal, but it's super progressive, like in all the rhythms and everything. Like, so it's kind of filling that void for me.
Contortionist is heading that way. Yeah. Fun fact, the dude who did our theme song and who designed this logo, his name's a good friend of ours. His name is Mike Baylinda. And his old band, The Yellow Sign, kind of like they grew up with the Contortionist. Like the Contortionist was from Indiana, Yellow Sign was from Detroit. They used to tour together, like because the Contortionist used to be like a deathcore band. Yeah.
Well, that's where I first heard them.
Yeah.
You know.
And then they got signed. They started to be a little more progressive, and then like they got a singer that could sing as well as scream. And then that guy left, and then Mike Lassard joined, and and then they just went down this really interesting direction where there's like barely any screaming on those last two records.
Right, and any screaming is like textural.
Yeah,
it's like there, but it's
sick, dude. You would, I don't know.
You said he doesn't care.
Yeah,
but that's same. That's the same thing with Thrice. Thrice was like that kind of pseudo, like kind of like not punk, but like not pop punk. But they're like one of those bands that all the pop punk dipshits used to listen to. But like they've evolved so much,
yeah, dude,
to where like the band now, like the guy's voice is, you know, musicians get older, but his voice has gotten a little bit more soulful as it's every record, and it's like it's really like the songs are heavy emotionally, and they still use baritone guitars in some of the stuff.
No,
oh, what happened?
We're good. It looped around.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! We've been talking our asses off this whole time.
No, I accidentally have the loop on.
No, but I mean, like Thrice, like they use baritone guitars and like
they tune low as fuck, right?
Yeah, and like so I'm at Aragon at the sound booth, and they're playing like one of the baritones. I'm like, wow, this is heavy, but they're using like using like Fender guitars and like boutique pickups and
Oh shit.
lots of pedals. You know, they're going for like kind of almost like the rough around the edges, like not indie, but like, you know, it's not like tight Kemper metal. You know, it's like amps and tubes and it's so heavy. But like Daniel took me to see them for my birthday this year before, like, you know, he moved back to LA, and they were playing which album? They played like one of their albums all the way through. Like, fuck it, let's get wasted and jump into the pit.
Was it that the Hisu record?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it was great, dude. And like, so good. Like the guy's voice for like 16 songs. They played a bunch of other songs. Like, so good.
I really liked the Alchemy Index albums
Alchemy
that they
Index
did.
was great.
Yeah, I have those. I have copies of those CDs. Really cool. It was like they did
it was a concept record.
Yeah, it was like 4 different CDs, and each one had like a different musical texture to it based on like an earthly element.
Earth, air, fire, wind.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or like water, whatever. But it's cool.
Yeah, that water one is sick.
Right, because the water one,
combined.
The water one is way more like digital. Like it's like more electronic, like synth and programming. And then like the fire one's way more like in your face, like distorted guitar, like, you know, heavy.
Yeah.
Like, but it's really cool. And it's a band. It's a band that I just dismissed, and then I was like, somebody showed. Wow.
Dude, that was the same thing with me. I mean, I only really caught on to those records, and I've heard bits and pieces of records after that I thought have sounded cool. But yeah, like whenever I see a band, like you said, they were kind of like, they were that pop punk band that just grew into something so big. I love bands. I mean, like a band, I guess I maybe could compare to like their trajectory is like, I think of a band like Radiohead. Like they started off as this like alternative rock band, and now they're like this insane art rock project.
Right. Like, so you compare like Creep to things like Pyramid Song. Well, Pyramid Song was still like 20 years ago, but
I know, isn't that insane though?
But it got so much further, and you know, like you lose some people, but then you gain so many other people when you find your niche. You know, it's like Bring Me the Horizon. Like, look at that kind of
I know.
They're like Linkin Park now, dude.
Yeah. What's funny?
Could you ever have seen that coming? Before,
no, probably not.
Before Sempiternal, could you have ever imagined that the band of deathcore Brits with skinny jeans fighting the crowd would have ever turned into like a top 40
pop band,
electronica pop band with all the same members that were fighting people? Like,
yeah, dude, it's insane. Their first US tour was with Ion Dissonance. Yeah, like, and now they're like a pop band. Dude,
it's so crazy.
Interesting.
Like, yeah. Huh. That blows my mind.
I love their new shit too, man. I like that last record they did 2 years ago was like my favorite thing they've done.
And a lot of it's self-produced.
I know, which is awesome.
Like, which you can't, I mean, love it or hate the music, but like as a guy in a band, like you got to give respect to like, oh, fuck it, we'll do it ourselves. Like we're not gonna, you know.
Have you ever listened to or heard of the 1975?
Oh yeah.
You like them?
Yeah.
I fucking love that band. They're like one of my favorite bands.
Sad Boy.
Yeah, you know, like, definitely. But they're another pop band that's self-produced. Like they self-produce everything.
What's the song? What's the really sad one?
Somebody Else.
Yeah, Somebody Else.
That one's big.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Sad Boy stuff.
They don't really do the Sad Boy shit as much anymore, which I kind of like. But I like the Sad Boy shit too.
My drummer from Sky Machine showed me them, and he loved it because, like, you know, the singer would play like the stereotypical like drunken off wine fucking like front man thing, you know, like. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's good stuff. Like,
they're also like all self-produced, and I mean, they're like a.
You want to talk about
band.
Trapped? You want to talk about a great band, Trapped?
Oh man,
they don't need any more exposure.
I'll suck you off,
dude. You want to know something that's funny? I used to really like that first Trapped CD when it came out.
Well, I mean, that was
12.
You were like 10.
Dude, I literally was 10. I remember.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's fine. I mean,
pass.
Dude, I mean,
I didn't know they did more than that.
I bought a Spice Girls cassette when I was like 9. Like, I didn't know any better.
Sick.
Fuck yeah.
What do they sing that's racist?
Spice Girls? The whole thing is probably the whole thing. I don't know.
Everything is just like
it's all colonial,
Nazi
empirical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't. What else do you want to talk shit about?
Trap,
I don't know.
dude.
I feel like I'm letting you down. I feel like I should have.
No, it's all good, man.
Not at all. It's been
Swinging
great.
harder, like swinging for the.
No,
fence.
this has been awesome,
I
dude.
drank 3 shots before we
I
started.
know, I'm
Dude,
proud of
and
you.
you probably have had what 2 or 3 since.
I don't know.
Couple.
See, whatever.
Let's add another one in.
I quit my job, so I don't have to go back to
Yeah,
work
dude.
tomorrow.
Free.
I
Man.
do, but
I'm gonna go to Taco Bell after this. Fuck yeah,
dude,
bro.
hell yeah.
I gotta work in a hot shop tomorrow.
You
Yeah.
should do a shower with me.
Nope.
Yeah, you should, dude. Do a
That's
show
fine.
with your friend, dude.
You do a shot.
You know, peer pressure has never worked on Bill Fay.
I know,
entire
yeah.
time I've
He knows.
known him.
He's seen it.
Oh, never. He's like an
Me and Bill
impenetrable
are pretty good at
fortress.
like saying
Iron
no.
will.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten Bill to cave maybe once on something, but like
probably
his,
just felt
his
bad for
birthday
you.
is the only time where I can
Yeah.
really just pull out all the stuff. He's already
It's the only
drunk.
time I see him fucked up.
And then I'll be like, hey, you guys, Bill's still forming sentences and articulating words. You guys are fucking this up. All right.
Yeah, do this. a
Now
lot
I
better.
have, hey, you want a Coke? I
No,
brought
I'm
some drinks.
No, I'm good.
You're out of root beer.
Yeah, I know, but it's caffeine free.
I was trying to, oh yeah, you got to sleep. Meh. Meh.
Yeah, last year's birthday was a good one. I didn't get.
Yeah, I wasn't there. That's why. I
Annihilated. Yeah.
was at a bachelor party in Milwaukee at a mansion
Whoa.
with like 15 dudes.
Wait, who's wedding?
Fun.
It was pretty cool. I mean,
Whose wedding was it?
you know Matt Doherty? No, actually, it wasn't Matt. Sorry, Matt. You got married before that. It was our friend Kevin. You probably met him. One of Daniel's friends.
Oh, maybe.
You probably definitely met him. But yeah, we had I probably can't even say anything about this. No, so we had this mansion that was like an Airbnb thing, but I think it was
Oh, cool.
designed by like an architect with schizophrenia. Because there was like 3 kitchens in this fucking house. I'm not even kidding.
That's cool.
Fuck.
Yeah, triple kitchen,
So-
1 bedroom, 3 kitchens.
Dude, it was crazy because you're
That's the
walking
way to
out of the
live.
kitchen and they have a living room, and then you're like in this like other living room, and then you're in another kitchen. You're like, wait, what? What happened? And then there's the center of the house. It reminded me of 13 Ghosts.
Oh, okay.
It really
Yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, good movie.
And now there's all like the creepy pictures of all like their family on the walls because it's like a house they own and live in, but they're just not in town. So so there's like a center part that connects to the main bedroom through this closet, and like this woman has all these like cosplay costumes, and like but it connects to all these other.
Did you guys
rooms.
wear them?
Dude, I wanted to, but it would be like fat guy little coat thing, you know. I didn't
But
want.
that's fun. Oh, yeah.
I mean, they probably wouldn't have got their deposit back.
Yeah.
But like, and I'm like in this
Whoa.
house,
How long ago was this? This is last year?
September.
Damn,
Nice.
sick.
Well, yeah, you know, right. I'm in this house that's basically designed by a schizophrenic person. And I'm like, what? I thought it was just in the kitchen, and then you go in the basement. There's another kitchen. I'm like, oh my god! It was like, so I go outside. I made the mistake of opening the door. This is like Waukesha, like in the outskirts.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember like that movie E.T., the extraterrestrial?
Yeah.
You know-
Oh, he's a full title.
Yeah,
okay.
proper.
Yeah.
title.
So like, there's you know, like when he gets left behind in the woods, he goes too far, and then like the guys with the jangly keys come, and I felt like E.T. when his spaceship left. I'm in the woods. It's like, where am I? I'm lost. I was 20 feet away from the house, but I'm
Right,
like,
but in
running
your
around
mind,
the woods.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They had like an Olympic-sized pool outside. It was
That's
ridiculous.
awesome.
Running around, like looking for chupacabras and stuff. It was
Sick.
ridiculous.
That's fun.
Yeah, you know, well, you know, fucking.
Just living life.
It would have been more fun if I was 23 and not
Right.
33. But
Dude, you just remind me, like, one of the weirdest moments I had at Airbnb was the one when we were in Ireland, and we were just like looking through the cabinets because we were in this fucking apartment that we rented, and in this one cabinet door was a bowl filled with like passports. I was like, dude, are they murdering people here?
Hostile.
Like, let's get the
Hostile.
fuck out now. It was weird. It was really fucking weird, but I'm
Yeah.
assuming it was like a bowl of shit that people literally left behind, and the cleaning crew would just throw it in there.
Okay.
It was really weird. It was the most bizarre thing I'd seen in a
it
while.
was like a whole bunch of cars parked out back. And
right?
like,
It was like,
you know, like,
all the beds are covered in plastic. It's really weird. I don't know what's going on.
Was I the only person who laughed hysterically while watching Hostel Because that movie just made me crack up. Like, oh, his fucking eye got pulled out of his head. Oh my god!
Dude,
I just laughed. It was so horrible.
Yeah.
Like, why is my reaction to violence, extreme violence, to just fucking laugh? Like, this is so fucking ridiculous.
I mean, because it is kind of ridiculous.
It's
Like,
ridiculous.
yeah.
It's
His
over the
eyes
top,
fucking hanging out. Like,
Yeah, it's that woman, and she jumps in front of the train, dude.
Right,
Brutal.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't watch that stuff.
I know. Yeah, it's very.
It's been a while since I watched it.
My sense of humor is too dark. It's not. It's just like, oh shit. Oh, it's hilarious.
Dude, I finally watched that Eric Andre special.
I haven't
watched it
seen
all the
it.
way through.
Yeah, man, it was a little rough.
It's a little rough, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
Like,
it
there's
just
good
doesn't-
moments for
yeah,
sure.
but it doesn't translate. Like, it doesn't make sense as it's just like an extension of his TV show personality, which obviously I get because that's huge and that's funny. But like,
Did
But
you
it's
see the
also,
Chappelle's thing, the 846?
On YouTube or whatever?
Yeah.
Nah, I still haven't watched it.
what
yet.
is that?
So he did a thing. It's right after during the riots.
Yeah, it's
And,
kind of
like,
like his response to it.
It's like the first public like stand up thing, and they did it like at an outdoor gazebo, right? So social distancing, like, you know, everyone wait till it gets dark, so it looks like he's on a stage in a club, and it's him weighing in on like the whole George Floyd thing, but it's not a comedy.
Yeah.
It's like a half hour, and like there's like funny deliveries, like because he's a funny guy, and so he could deliver stuff. But there's like points where like Dave Chappelle is like on the verge of tears,
Yeah.
and like, and it's real. It's not like fake. He's kind of riffing,
Mhm.
and he's talking about like, you know, everything that's going on. And then at one point he catches like, yeah, this shit ain't funny, right? Like, I got some pussy jokes I can start cracking, you know, like. But it's funny how, like, you know, Dave Chappelle, who was always like, you know, even with his early stand up and stuff, was always talking about like the racial divide and stuff. He's almost like now like an orator, like he's got enough cred where, you know, and he's like, don't listen to me, listen to what the kids in the streets are saying. But like, he weighs in and it's good. There's funny moments, but he even catches him like, this shit isn't funny, right? Like, oh fuck, like, because he thought it was gonna be like a comedy based off of, you know, and then he just starts riffing, and it's like,
It's too hard
oh
to do.
damn, that's
you
heavy.
know?
It's like I watched the heaviest Dave Chappelle special ever. Like,
And it was free on YouTube?
yeah, he just
Mhm.
put it up on YouTube. It's like
Man.
25 minutes long. Like, it's good. Love Chappelle.
He's great.
Yeah,
Oh,
he is
that dude.
great.
He's awesome. His last few specials have been great. And like,
A little pointer, when you get back on tour, get some of Chappelle's stuff, like from the early days, like the stuff with AIDS Monkey, and, you know, like you got doo-doo on your face.
yep.
Get
Snuck in the
those,
club.
because anytime you get into a fight with your band and there's
Yeah.
silence,
Put that on.
put that on.
Yeah.
And you wait, you hear some guy in the back who 20 minutes earlier was like, fuck you, I hate your face. Will crack up like,
Right.
nobody
Yeah.
fucks monkeys and people. And,
we listen. We're a big Patrice O'Neill band.
okay, yeah, well, I
Yeah.
mean,
That's good stuff.
but listening to stand-up
Yeah.
comedy on the road in a band when you're
Oh, it's the
tired and
best.
pissed off is
Yeah,
like
it's
the best.
good.
Like,
It's a good
all right,
mood lifter,
cool.
yeah.
Like, yeah, dude. Chappelle was our thing. Scarlatti would just put it on. Everyone would be mad. Like, Ben and I like get into a fist fight at 70 miles an hour,
Oh,
trying to
shit.
punch each other out, and then we'd pass out or whatever. And then he'd just start putting Chappelle on, and then we'd all. It was funny. Like, we used to get into fights over nothing.
Really?
And then like 10 minutes later, we'd all be passed out, like, just, you know, exhaustion.
Right.
Like, one time I told Ben his hat was too small for his fucking fat head. I woke up and there was like a tray of cigarette butts from him and Mike just full, and I knocked it over all over the floor. It was,
Ugh.
fuck the fuck. And then I wake the fuck up.
We gotta talk.
And we started, it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. It's like, what the fuck is your problem? Your hat's too fucking small for your fat fucking head. Dude, and like, Ben and I love each other. Like, we do. It's like a love fest. But like, one time after a show, we were throwing haymakers at each other in the RV. Mike's driving
Whoa.
70 miles an hour down a highway. And he's like purposefully like hitting the wheel so we fall over, you know? Like, and, like, none of the punches are connected.
Real
We're just like, and then at one point I'm like, time, I gotta pee. Now we peed in bottles because the toilet eventually broke after that experience. So I'm trying to pee, and then Mike swerves, and I just down all over the place.
Well, maybe that's what you get for trying to fight. You
Fucking
know?
one time, I'm peeing in a snow embankment, like outside of like, I don't know where we were. We were in Minnesota or Wisconsin or something. And Scarlotta, that motherfucker, like I'm taking like the biggest pee of my life in the snow. And he comes up behind me and football tackles me straight into my snow piss.
Oh, God. Were you upset?
Well, at first I was, and then I got more upset when we didn't have the room figured out. So I'm standing there in the lobby just covered in piss.
Pee snow.
Because of fucking Mike. But Mike's bigger than me. He broke my rib once at one of your birthday, or at the 4th of July party in your backyard.
Why?
Yeah, what happened?
Because we were drunk and stupid. Remember, he was sitting in a lawn chair and he was throwing you on the ground. Like he was grabbing you with his fucking
big old mitts.
Special person strength. I'm not going to say the R word. And he's throwing you on the ground. And then I was like, I'm going to defend Bill's honor. So like and then Mike just fucking like, he like ninja threw me over his shoulder and I fucking cracked a rib, dude.
Dude, fuck. That's dangerous.
The craziest thing I've ever seen that Mike did to you was his bachelor party.
He tackled me in the party bus?
He even tackled you.
Monster.
So we're on the bus. There's like 15, 16 of us on this like giant bus.
Here in Chicago?
Yeah, it's from Mike's
Went to a couple
party.
breweries.
And yeah, but at this point we're like in
exit.
We're already after like the third stop. So we're all fucking lit.
We're going to a strip club.
Yeah, we're on our way. And so like
Pink Monkey.
Everybody's blasted.
Is that your strip club of choice out here?
No, not at all. No. I hate strip clubs. I did go on a date with a stripper from that. She gave me a lap dance, and then I went on a date with her like 3 weeks later.
How did that go?
Not well. I played with her boobies a little bit, and then
awesome.
we never talked again.
Oh, well.
But yeah, no, so we're on the bus, and like everybody's all fucking rowdy. And Mike's like standing up, and Rick's like, yeah, like walks over, and out of nowhere, Mike's just wham! And I was like, oh no. And like time stopped, and I just see Rick like go completely horizontal. I've never seen him off his feet. Just midair. And we're like looking at each other like, you're fucked. And it was wham! It just hit the ground. And everybody was like, oh fuck.
And at that point, the entire ground is saturated with spilled drinks.
Yeah. So it was just a gross mess. And like
now, you know, Mike knows I love him. He cuts my hair. He's like one of my best friends. But he's got that fucking Lenny strength from, what is it, of Mice and Men?
Mice and Men, yeah.
Tell me about the rabbits.
Loves the rabbits.
He's got this strength, dude, that like, I don't know where, like he's got a pack with fucking Lucifer. I don't know. And he he threw me like and I'm a big dude.
I know, like, yeah. I mean, I can't imagine seeing you horizontal.
Oh, dude, he just fucking...
He had gravity working for him. He was like walking towards the back of the bus, and the bus is going forward. So in theory, it should have helped.
And it was like he did like one of those Seth Rogen like and they picked me up and we're at the strip club and I'm covered in beer. Like,
let's go,
yeah. Like that was the night we threw Daniel back in a cab. After that, he was like incoherent,
he was passing out at the fucking table.
he like at the bar, like at the strip
Joey
club.
B showed up.
Joey B
just in time for that.
Oh my god,
that was phenomenal.
And, like we couldn't get him an Uber. The Ubers wouldn't take him, so I got him a yellow cab, and I like wrote the address down, and I like let his girlfriend know like he's coming.
Be ready.
Is he going to throw up? Like, no, I'll be fine.
No, he does this all the time.
Hey, just when you get
asked
there,
you that, she asked you if he was going to puke.
No, the taxi cab driver.
Oh
his
no,
girlfriend
she knew. She just knew. Yeah,
I thought that was an impression of his girlfriend.
No,
She's
no. So
Eastern.
Caitlin, surprisingly, I was like, because she lived with us for a couple of years, you know, after Chris moved out, and like she was surprisingly tolerant of our shenanigans. We're like, you know, we'd go out.
God bless her.
At like 2:00, and he's like got a full service studio on the first floor. And I've got shit to do. And he's like, no, we're just going to go out for like 2 beers. Well, that's 2 PM. 4:30 in the morning rolls around. And then like the next day, Kayla's like, so I heard a really big thud. And like, oh, that's why the whole side of I fell up the stairs. Like, back down. Like, dude, there's been times as a grown man with Daniel.
Yeah.
Like, I get him back and like he's leaning on the door of the apartment. I open it up. He just falls into the foyer, just like, it's like we're too old for this shit,
dude. One of my favorite Tom stories. So Rory and our buddy Seth and this other dude Christian had an apartment off of Western.
Okay,
I pass it all the time, and they were on the second floor, and there was this very steep staircase. Like people would come close to like tripping off this thing every once in a while. Mm-hmm. And I think that camera died.
Did it die?
Mine?
Yeah, this one.
Oh, was it charging?
It should have been. I don't know.
Is this longer than you guys normally go?
That's on. Well, how long are we at?
I don't know. 2 something, almost 3, I think.
We usually
But,
go. I mean,
here,
anywhere.
I mean,
we'll
edit
finish
the
on a
good
story.
stuff in.
We'll-
Yeah, edit the good stuff in, man. Because I feel like I'm not living up to expectations.
Dude,
No,
you're
you're
living
fine.
up to plenty of expectations,
So,
and then some.
So anyway,
Just,
so
you keep triggering me. Trigger me later. I mean, I'll get crazy here. Fuck it.
so at this apartment,
I'll drink another
this
shot.
violently steep staircase. I've seen sober people trip up and down this thing. Right? They're having a party, and Tom and Seth were like, "Hey, let's step out for a second so we can talk because it's so fucking loud." And he's like, "Yeah, sure." So Tom walks out first. Seth turns around, right? He's like, he sees Tom. He goes to turn around to close the door. Closes the door. He turns around. Tom's gone. He's like, what the fuck? He looks down. Tom is just at the bottom of the stairs with his feet over his head. Just like, fuck. Like jammed up. He had a full beer, a cup of beer in his hand when he went. He's just like, whoosh.
Oh no!
All the way down.
Oh man!
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
amazing. Like, I'd pay money to see that. Like, fuck, dude. Like, so good.
There's too many stories. There's too
No,
many
there's
stories
so many.
of like, are we still alive?
I don't know how some of us haven't broken a bunch of stuff, too.
We broke a bunch of stuff. Like,
No, I mean,
like
bones.
physically.
Yeah.
Not.
I know we've done plenty of property
Dude,
damage.
one time Bill and I caused like $400 of property damage out in Naperville once. No, I'm not even kidding. He was part of this thing. We were punching out ceiling tiles at this
I
apartment
did
building.
$20 worth.
I think you told me about
we
this
talked
before.
about this.
Yeah.
Dude, that was one of the times peer pressure worked. And I was like, Bill, this is fun. Check this out. Bam. And he's like, I want to do that too. And
But
then
I
he's
had
like,
to
smash-
jump to
Yeah, but
reach
you did it.
I
You
did
did
it
it.
once, yeah.
You did it. It was great.
And I paid for it, which
Bill-
was
Bill
fine.
was-
How much did you pay?
It was out of control.
$20.
Well, I paid like probably 150. I knocked a lot of these things out.
You and Steven did a good amount, but it was the other dude that was like friends with
his cousin.
Steven's like
It was
cousin.
his cousin, yeah.
It wasn't his cousin, it was like his cousin's friend. It was like that was leaving with us. And he was like, wait. I was like, dude, chill.
We thought it was great until a week later. So guys,
my cousin called and we gotta like pay for those ceiling
we're just
tiles.
gonna get evicted. Gotta pay for this shit.
Are they about to get evicted?
Yeah,
Well,
because
they had-
all of his friends came and fucked up the.
They threw a couch out the balcony before. They used to like throw all sorts of shit off their
So
balcony.
we tried
like,
stealing a shopping cart from the Jewel that night, and they were all locked up. But they've thrown like shopping carts out of the 7th floor window. Like,
dude, they did all
Whoa.
sorts of
dude,
dumbass shit in that
the,
building.
the dumb stuff. Yeah.
I mean, they were like what, just out of college?
Oh yeah. Total.
Just didn't
Just out of college.
I mean, this
So
is
they're still
probably
young
15
and
years
stupid.
ago.
Yeah, this is a
you know?
long
Yeah.
time ago.
Oh my god! Like, yeah.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
thank fucking God, like, my band gets drunk, but we don't get, like, we've never done anything like that.
Dude, we should
We're
play
like
in a
good
band.
boys.
I could be that guy.
Let me show you the way.
Be
Dude,
that
just come with
guy.
our band, man. And just
Be like,
Want to do merch?
dude, like I would be totally responsible, but if you give me like the night where like we'll let you off your leash, like, all right, here we go. Like,
Yeah.
You say
everything that happens is your fault.
You are now
it's
I get a free
responsible.
pay. Yeah, exactly. It's like,
There's a waiver.
no, because you
signed
get
it.
those times on tour where you're just like, oh man, gotta get things done, but
Yeah.
like, but I always liked those the leeway days where I was
Yeah.
like,
Fuck it,
let's
caught up
be
with
as
work,
stupid
let's
and
do it.
ignorant as we. Where are we? Alabama. Fuck yeah, let's do something really stupid in Hillrod. Like, oh my
yeah.
dude, there's.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of strippers like take us back to their house. They lived together and they were really cool. And like one of our other buddies' dads was a tugboat captain, and he cooked us Gulf Shore shrimp, and like, so we're hanging out with a bunch of like stripper chicks at their place, and they're feeding us. It's like, man, I love tour.
What is this life?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the chicks, like, we had like a dented rim from like a horrible blowout.
Mhm.
And she got like one of her customers at the club, one of her regulars owned a place. And so she got us a replacement rim for the short bus.
That's awesome.
She just used her persuasive feminine
Her,
wiles.
yeah.
Like, it's like, oh my God, sweet. You got this big piece of metal. Yes. Like,
Yeah. That's cool.
I love people. I hate people, but music people are cool.
Yeah.
They
I
get
agree.
One time I saw a couple of neo-Nazis come out of a 7 show in Alabama. That was interesting.
Whoa.
That's weird.
What were they
Swastika
doing there?
tattoos.
They
like-
forget that singers.
Oh, they
black.
like the music. They just,
Don't
it's like, I like your food, but I don't like you. You know what I mean? Like,
We
I
love the
hate-
music, but
I
we
hate
don't like that
Mexicans,
singer.
But I love burritos and fajitas. But I don't like your people. Get out.
Build
but leave the food. With all that ching chang chong talk. Flag that probably.
It's a parody.
This is going to come back in 20 years and like the ultra left wing is going to come pull me out of my house and cut my head off. Like,
you're going to be part of the 86th.
I'm not racist. I'm just got a bad sense of humor and I'm boozed.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's what we'll say it
Dick.
Is. We should probably end it before it gets worse.
Yeah, I'm falling asleep.
Yeah, we gotta head out soon.
I'm so
You
fucking
boners.
tired. Dude,
So what do you do? What do you do to wrap this up? Do you do like a final word? Do you ever,
we do plugs. So if there's anything you want to plug,
a butt?
you can plug a butt if you want.
You want to plug a butt? Like you are
Is
interested
there
in
a
that?
butt that you
There's a Donald
to plug?
Trump butt plug for the asshole in your life. I've seen that.
Is that real? Is it like a
That's a real thing. Yeah,
Donald
I don't know.
Trump shaped
My
butt
parents
plug?
have Donald Trump print toilet paper at home.
fuck yeah?
Really?
Yeah, no,
That's
they
cool.
did for special occasions, like
There you go.
Taco Tuesday night,
Yeah.
aftermath,
Nice.
No, I mean, I got nothing.
Okay. That's fine.
No, life is terrible, so I got.
That's how it's been for like every one of our
I wish
guests
it could be
lately.
funnier.
Like,
I was gonna dance monkey dance, man, but I don't know. I mean,
you're good.
maybe the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to Skype you for the next one.
I'll come back.
You goddamn right.
I gotta
you
come back. Well, so okay, and
That's fine.
We'll
Talk
let
about
it go.
the logistics.
we'll let it
later.
go. I've been drinking.
Cool. Anything you want to plug?
Nope.
Nope.
Got no shit happening.
enough.
I mean, there's some shit happening, but it's like I don't know if I could say it, and it's
It's
not
fine.
anything involving touring. So it's just like,
Is it your solo hip hop record?
Yeah,
Because I've noticed a lot of
came out
pictures
today.
online that are good album covers of your Rick Ross inspired.
Look,
Yeah, dude.
thanks, man.
I
Yeah.
mean, no,
You've
I'm
been
not
chained
even
up
being
for a while.
facetious
What's up?
here.
I don't know.
You could do it.
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Thanks, man. I
That's
appreciate that. My rhyme skills aren't as probably as graceful as Mr. Ross's, but
Or Danny's.
Fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
Post Malone's a trailblazer. You could just follow in ride his coattails, man.
I
I'm
guess
telling you.
maybe
Put some beats together.
I'd rather
Get
do
some face
Action
tattoos.
Bronson because he's like a fat guy with a beard. that
Oh,
I
he
can
loves to
relate
cook too.
I know. I love his show on Vice.
He cooks in pornographic terms.
Yeah.
Oh, it's off-putting, but I also understand it. So I kind of hate myself a little bit.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I got nothing to plug though. I mean,
That's fair.
it's we're now in June or almost at the end of June here.
Yeah, we're going to be in
Yeah.
July when this
We're
comes.
on the 7th year of 2020.
Yeah.
round 7 of 20.
Oh, we gotta do the death metal episode
Oh.
plug.
We'll save that for the end.
Okay.
I got nothing either. Just the same old shit.
Cool.
Roman Reigns, somebody's waiting Warforged. Check it all out.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, Rick.
Thanks for coming on, dude.
Thank
This
you
was
so
fun.
much,
I'm
man.
glad
Hey,
we-
man.
This
Long-time
was a
listener,
long time
first-time
work.
caller.
Yeah.
Love your show.
But yeah, man. Thank you
Thanks.
so much.
No,
I love
yeah,
it.
thanks for coming on, man.
I'm
glad
sorry
you-
it took me
you
till
did
the
this.
fucking eve of my departure to
No,
actually
it's all
finally
good.
Are you
come out
leaving
here.
tomorrow?
No,
A week
no.
from today.
Okay.
I got a week to
Get your
get my
affairs in order.
affairs in order.
Hell yeah.
Have a couple of last cookouts.
Pressure's on.
Couple of last beers.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Sweet, dude.
Cool.
Well, fuck yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks
So,
for
see
listening.
everybody.
Later, jabronis.
Yeah, we'll
week.
catch you next week with Nate for Death Metal round 4. Really? Only 4? Well, I
Yeah.
guess 4. All right.
Maybe 5, 4.
Yeah,
Is
we'll
we
figure
do
it
that
out.
before.
You'll know before. I mean, we'll have known by the time you're watching this, but you'll know. So, yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. See ya.
If you guys like the ignorant bullshit we've been spewing, please subscribe, sign up, check the links at the bottom of the page. I'll be here or there or not. I don't know. You want to do another one?
That was good. That was
Actually
perfect. Hell yeah.
Do you like listening to ignorant bullshit?
That's good too, man.